Welcome to Cranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversation for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Cranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always win. Come on, let's get into it. Buenas noches, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Triple E, Jamaican's Englishman. That's an interesting name. Good night, everybody, good night. I am back. Been out for a little while. I had a bad cold and trying to get over it. So I don't want to be doing anything that's not appropriate on the stream tonight. So if I clock out, if I get off too early, because I'm not up to it. But we'll try to do a show. We have a lot to talk about. Hope everybody had a wonderful Valentine's Day. You and your special someone. And Jamaica will play Nigeria in the World Cup qualifier. Did Nigeria win their case? Is that what we're saying? I know Nigeria is desperate to go win that $1 million that World Cup is offering. I know FIFA is supposed to make a decision. Did they make the decision already? From what One Love is saying, I haven't heard back. So One Love bless, Jamaican Englishman bless. Jamaican Englishman saying history shows us the West Indies do well when tournaments are held on the subcontinent. 2012 winners, 2014 semifinalists, 2016 winners, 2021 Super 12s, and now 2026. So we're going to go into those topics tonight. So we're going to jump into 5 topics tonight, probably 4 if I collate 2 of them. We're going to talk about unbeaten West Indies team so far in the T20 World Cup. We're going to talk about the Premier League race, and Arsenal look like again they're wilting. We're going to talk about the Jamaica under-17 team heading to the World Cup. And when I finish talking about them, I'm going to be told I'm bad mind, but I am a true teller. And I call it like I see it. I don't camouflage stuff. And then we'll talk about Rudolph Speed's interview with Maverick. Long interview. So what I will do is break it up into segments and provide my response to some of what was said. I think the interview was done today. And I'm borrowing the interview from 433 Presser. You know, he has his own channel. Go over there and support him. I did speak to him today. So I'm borrowing it from his channel because I wasn't even aware of this. I was so busy trying to prepare for the show. And then last but not least, we'll talk about Reggae Boyz in the playoffs, but we may not need to do that because he may be incorporated into the Speed interview. So in terms of West Indies, I watched West Indies. So last week we had, I think it was a West Indies win, and the under-17 may have been about the same time that West Indies beat England and under-17 beat Canada. Good night, Michael Roberts, sorry. And it was really interesting actually because I was watching the England game and I went in very pessimistic because I'm with West Indies nowadays. If you grew up in the period I grew up in, then you would understand why the West Indies in the last 25 or so years has just been not something you want to watch, even though they have won a couple T20 World Cups. 2016 and 2012. Am I missing something? I might have missed something, but they won a couple of them. And the win over England to me was, it was the same day, right? All right, thanks, Englishman. And so it was a very, very happy day for me. And I watched both games because when Jamaica played Canada, there was English Premier League on, and I was watching the under-17 game on the big TV and watching the Premier League on my iPad. All right? So let's talk about West Indies. West Indies look really, really good. Really, really good. Beat England. I mean, the Scotland game was a little bit tricky for a little while, but they put them away. The England game, they beat England handsomely. They gave people like Joshua Archer a hard time and played really well, batted really well. Rutherford saved us because it was a really tough time. We're going for a while. You know, our batting always collapsed at some point, right? You could be 200 for one, and then you get 210 all out. That's normal for West Indies. Or you could be having somebody 5 for 60, and you're like, okay, they're going to bowl him for 100, and they make 200. That's the West Indies. A really team which is don't know how to complete a task, don't know how to take advantage of situations and put them people to the sword. They allow you to recover, which is frustrating. When you say, yeah, cranky, but West Indies have never lost in Kolkata. Well, that doesn't say much for West Indies when they play like England, for example. England came into this tournament not in a bad form, actually. And if you look at the seedings, as we go to the round of 8, you'll see that West Indies are probably going to be the lowest seeded team that goes through to the next round, even though they may win their group if they beat Italy, right? So if you look at the standings, you can see West Indies, obviously, their run rate, the net run rate, and their wins, they're comfortably going to win. Even if they lose to Italy, they will still go through as the number one as winning. But it doesn't really matter where you end up, to me, frankly, in this game, because West Indies are going to go to the zone where the group where they play. We have India in that group and South Africa, and probably Australia. Even though Australia has lost haven't they lost 2 games already? They're struggling. So, because in the next round you're seeded based on your previous seeding, not if you win the group or not. So they're in what I call the group of death. They have India, South Africa, and probably going to have Australia, actually, West Indies. But the next group would have New Zealand, Sri Lanka. Maybe I'm mixing the South Africa thing. Whatever it is, though, it's not a pretty zone that they're in. They're going to be very, very tough. Zimbabwe beat, and Zimbabwe should beat. Well, I don't know. That's probably a close game. That should be a close game. And look, England struggled with Nepal. England has not played well throughout this tournament. Nepal could have beaten them, actually. With Italy, they weren't great against Italy. I think Italy just ran out of batsmen to put them to the sword. So, really interesting. But I'm glad West Indies is doing well. Hopefully, because I don't think they have any sponsors for this tournament, do they? So hopefully they'll do well and generate some funds, and it can help the cricket program. But people would love to see West Indies cricket recover. But it's under the sword. But they've been captained well. I watched a game when Holder gave up 20-something England in the second over. And I'm like, here we go. But then they put on Motley, put on some spin, chase bowl well. So good thing for West Indies. And long may it continue. Long may it continue. And now we go to the EPL. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the EPL because most of the discussion going to be about the speed interview. But in the EPL, Arsenal drew with Brentford last game out. And then Man City just destroyed Fulham. So we're in a very interesting time. Whenever Man City get to January and things not going well, they go out and buy what they want. They buy what they need. And they bought Gui and they bought Semenyo, and those 2 players have been the difference so far. I actually think Semenyo may have scored in every game he's played for Man City so far, if I'm not mistaken. Which I think Arsenal should have pursued Semenyo. I know he's about almost 70 million pounds, but our forwards are not what they need to be, and they're not producing. So I'm not sure why we didn't put in some funds to go and buy Semenyo, but because our forward, I can't tell when last Trossard scored a goal. I cannot tell when last Saka scored a goal. Madueke scored the last game. Gyökeres is like the Titanic; he can't turn. And I've been arguing before the game about Gyökeres. Gyökeres is, you want somebody play football and they can score goals. They're a good goal scorer. But the rest of the game is just crap. That's Gyökeres. doesn't run the channel as well. When he gets out in the channel, he don't know what the hell to do. I saw him dribbling the ball the other day. And people, if you're playing football, this is basic. He's dribbling the ball on the left side of the field with his right foot. And he's dribbling the ball on the outside of the right foot, right in front of the defender. He's not even protecting the ball in any shape or form. Professional footballers don't do that. Bless up Tuffy Rudy, bless up Dr. Dan. Professional footballers don't do that. They don't dribble like that. You have to protect the ball. Anyway, I get frustrated watching Gokares. And Jesus is inconsistent. I was very pleased, even though it was Wiggum, to see Eze, because I rate Eze highly as a footballer. Very pleased to see him with his 2 assists against Wiggum. If you haven't seen the first assist, people, that's what you call world-class assist. No matter if you're playing in the schoolyard. He had a ball about the halfway line. He shrugged off a defender. He made a look-away pass with the right pace between 3 lines of defense, found Madueke in stride, and all he had to do was place it in the corner. That's exquisite, well-coached football play, which is what I call not normal. So more power to him. Glad that he got 2 assists in that game, almost scored. And hopefully that will get him to a good place, because we do need him, especially now that Odegaard has only scored 1 goal this season and doesn't look like he's where he was 2 years ago. And the rest of the forward line is just not putting the balls away. Apart from Gokares scoring recently, not putting the ball away. People keep saying he held up well. I don't agree. When you pass the ball to him, sometimes it's like passing the ball on a wall. It bounces off. I see him get ball in the box sometimes. When Jesus get the ball in the box, he's already moving his body to get the defender off him. Gokares has no movement. It's just... Eze doesn't get more playing time because he has not played well. He hasn't played well. The problem with Eze is that when you play forward, you're playing a 10, you're depending on others to get you the ball. If you're playing the 10, you're depending upon your other midfielders to get it to you, or the right or left back to get it to you. And most of the play for Arsenal comes through Saliba and sometimes Gabriel. It goes to Rice, it goes to Nkape, it goes to Calafiori, it goes to White, it goes to Timber, or it goes through Zubamende. The ball is not coming deep in the hole, and Eze reminds me of Ozil. He just strolls around the pitch. So he's not sprinting to either create space or get the ball. He's trying to play his normal game, and it's not working for him. And then when he gets it, he doesn't take a lot of risk. So, yeah. Someone says, Leicester, Farish, having all the huge point. Man City has 150 charges. What I go on? Man City charges, that's something else. Don't know what's happening there. They should have been done a while ago, and Man City has good lawyers, so you never know. Very good lawyers. Very, very good lawyers. And when you got good lawyers, you can delay till forever. And they've been doing that. They've been delaying well. So you don't know the story there, but I'm not shocked about Man City, to be honest, at all. Not shocked at all. And hopefully they'll get that resolved, but who the hell knows? Give me 1 second, people. I apologize. Give me 1 second. Who knows when it comes to Man City? But they're in a good spot. They're only 4 points behind us. We have to play them at their place. And the way we're playing, we can't get goals. We cannot get goals. So I don't know what we're going to do. And if we lose this year, I don't know when we'll ever win it again. We're in our football competition. We're playing Mansfield away in FA Cup next round, which means we win, go to semi-final. When we win, so that should be interesting. So let's go to the under-17 Reggae Boyz, young Reggae Boyz. So I watched the game against Canada. I didn't watch the previous rounds. No, they beat a couple team by huge scores. And I was watching that in the West Indies game, same day the both games come on, and thoroughly enjoyed the victories. And was nervous for the Reggae Boyz because when I was watching the game, And some people want me. And so here's where you need to get out your bad mind comments, because they're going to come for me. But I'm just calling I see it. Because people going to say you're bad mind and you're this and you're that. I am glad the kids won. They're ecstatic. It's a great achievement to get to the World Cup. But you know their butt is coming, right? So now watch the game. What's in the left, right winger? Lamont and Nolan, good players. Defense is sturdy. The team is big. They're strong. They're physical. And they fit the stereotype of how we view Jamaica's footballers. So I was there. The more the game go on, the more nervous I got and the more frustrated I got. And one of the reasons that was the case was because I just didn't understand why we keep kicking the damn ball away. Like, it's almost as if they'd never been coached. And you know, I had a thing here this evening. I don't know what the hell I did with it. I want to show you guys something if I can find it. I swear I don't. It's almost like they never played football before in their life. And you know, some of the kids have ability, right? You see the kids play. You know, some of them have ability. It was clear they have ability. But I was getting frustrated, very, very frustrated. And I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's okay for these kids to have the ability that they do, for these kids to be very good footballers. And yet, the thing that jumped out at me was, are they being coached? Are they being coached? Because when you have such athletic and physical ability, but you haven't been taught a spatial awareness, how to pivot, how to move, how to create space, how to, when you are in certain positions, covering your gaps. I felt like cussing watching it. I'm like, look at these kids. Physical, strong, can beat a man, skillful. I swear, go watch the game. They didn't make 3 passes in the second half. Let me say this again. They did not make 3 passes in the second half. And then I listened to the programs afterward, and I hear all these people come on these channels talking about, see, as we told you, we don't need no foreigner, we don't need no diaspora. And then we hear Maverick saying this. Yeah, see them play, they have great players. And then do this, and when somebody call and say, yeah, that me I say, no, that me I say. And somebody asked me, you know, Cranky, why do you still cover Jamaica football? Because it frustrates you so much. Why you cover Jamaica event? Because if you're Jamaican, you're Jamaican. You're not something else. What are you going to do? I put up with the nonsense. And I was so frustrated watching the game. I mean, the left back will win the ball and then just kick it back to Canada. People, go check the stats. I think Canada had about 70% possession, you know. You know what the game reminded me of? I was talking to somebody about this. The game reminded me of, you go, if you guys want to live in Jamaica and you go up to, in the old days, you go up to Ligani, not Ligani, even Ligani, you go up town someplace. And you have them kids who can play football, but them, at Jamaica, them call them Rista. It's short for aristocrat. They're well off. They're cultured. But they can't take no physicality. They can't play anything, but they can't take no physicality, people. And you have them who rough and tough and physical. And they overpower you. So even though Canada is structured, well coached, can see them have money, it looks like a bunch of people come from the suburbs who never play football, but lack physicality. Now, I didn't think it was a penalty, by the way. I think that penalty was harsh. The Jamaica could have won 3-0. But when I watch each of the goal, the first goal, the Canada center back never once glanced. Didn't see the person behind, didn't see what's his name, Nolan behind him. The second goal, the Canada defense hesitated. It was Canada had the ball, you know, Gateway, and we scored. And the third goal, they're chasing the game. But if you watch the game insightfully, if you watch the game deductively, if you are a scout coming to watch football play, and I know Nolan, I think Nolan won play of the tournament, because he scored a bunch of goals, you would have walked away saying, yeah, this team is physical, they're fast, they're strong. But I thought it was Cavaliers playing. I thought it was Cavalier playing. He can't run football. Just kicking the ball away. And when you look, Canada had to score, had to win the game, right? To go through. They couldn't draw. So they're always going to be chasing the game. And they weren't decisive in the final third. But when I listen to the narrative, I am frustrated because here's what's going to happen, people. We're going to go to the World Cup. We have time for it between now and November, but I'm not sure things are going to change materially. We're going to go to the World Cup. We're going to meet some very good teams who are physical like us, and we're going to struggle. And I think high school football is cancer in Jamaica football. Repeat that again. I said this today. I think high school football is cancer when it comes to youth football in Jamaica. And here's the reason why. Because when you're playing any sport, for you to get better, you have to be around good players around you to improve, to make you improve. Okay, if you play against people who can't, you ever play football against some people, but them can't play and just go by them, boom, 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 and you score, you feel good, but you realize that they're not good. You have to play against competitive people who can help you to improve your game, can require you to excel and to improve and to enhance your skill set. And what happened in high school football, and it gets even worse nowadays, even worse than previous years, because every school is a high school. And you don't have no Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3 in a high school. So you could play a team where JCP, KC equivalent, when you play somebody else, you can't play football, so you score 5, 10 if you're good. And because the talent is not spread out, because in the previous days, all the good players would go to the same school in a sense, so a small number of schools. That's not like that anymore. Because in the previous days, the secondary school kids would just go to the high school because they can't play football and then they can't read and write. So then that creates that situation whereby the players don't know their true ability and they're not being coached the right way. And if you have all these players going to all these schools, all them coaches don't look good. Now, someone was telling me today, someone today was saying in Belgium, they have this program where in high school, they teach them all the same pattern of play and style of play and football philosophy. So they are learning. In the US, most of the kids who can play football or are very good don't play high school football. Then go to the MLS, whatever, go play football. They're not playing high school football. They're going to a more structured professional environment. And so even though we're all happy for the under 21, I also fear for them. And some of those kids have potential to be very, very good. And we know what will happen when they get to a next level. That's why they don't matriculate to go higher, because they'll have the misconception about their ability when they have been well coached and they're not going to improve at a certain level. At a certain point, when you reach 17, 18, because most of these kids, I think only one is born 2010, most of them born 2009. So they are 17. They are 17 this year or 17 now. People playing football at the highest level at 17. And the kids they play against Canada, they look like they're just babies. They're some more physical than them. So even though some people are going to say, Cranky, you're a hater and you're a fighter and you're this, you need to know when to assess games, assess talent, project for the future. And I don't think a lot of the people care about these kids. They don't care about the kids. Okay, if you care about the kids, you would do what's in the best interest of those kids. You want to make sure you train them well mentally, physically. Some people may even say spiritually. I'm not spiritual. But it's unfair to the kids to set, because if I'm that kid in that go work up them, if you say me, I go pro, you know. And a lot of those kids to me haven't been coached the right way to go pro. When they're playing against Canada, go check people, because you may think I'm not telling the truth. I do not believe, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't believe that we made 3 passes in the second half. I don't believe we make 3 passes. I don't believe we made 3 passes. Now, you know what I did? I had a tape from before the game. Before the game come on my channel, here's a something in North Carolina. And sometimes the level of competition affects what you do and how you do it, right? But what I'm going to do, let me see if I can find it. Before the game, I sent me something a while ago, about 2-minute tape. I mean, want to save me, can't find it. He said, boy, can me so vex? Maybe they can make a pass. Right? I'll do this. I'll do this. Me not even check it that good, but me know in send me a few of them. I'll play it and see if we can see 2 passes in one game. Because I never see 2 passes in a game there. It's a 2 minute, thing we may have. 2 minutes. No, be here for 2 minutes. I say before the game, team can pass the ball a couple times. I spend me look when I want to quick to that, and I spend much time on it. So that's 2 passes, right? That's 1, that's 2. Me say they can make 3 passes. Kid is patient. That's 3 passes. Wow, good turn. That's 4 passes. That's 5 passes. All right, turnover. Win it back. Now, these kids are young. I think they're under 15, right? It's only a 2-minute thing, so it's not going to take long. It's not take long. Make sure that people can actually make a pass and go back to somebody else. I think they're under 15s, right? They're creating space. They're moving the ball. They're very comfortable. They're not rushed. Now, the level of competition matters now, but it's all about the drills. You can see the drills, them come out. You see how them create space? So they move, so the man go right, run right where they go. Create space, you get it right, the center half, ability to go left, right, center. So the true ball. It's only 2 minutes, so it's not going to stay long. No, that one is longer than 2 minutes. I'm not going to make it long. I only about 34 minutes. I thought it was a 2-minute one. I have another one. The point I'm trying to make is this. I'll stop the tape. Mr. We can stop this tape. I'll stop it and take it off. The point I'm trying to make is this. Because if you watch the whole tape, appear past them, them coach. Somebody coach these kids. Somebody coach them. If you pass the ball and move and pass the ball and move. No matter how good the other opposition is, if you pass and move and go in a space, if you know when to stop and to turn and to create space, if you know when to drop your shoulder and move, if you know when to direct your players around you, crazy. We had 48 possession against Cayman. I didn't even know that. I didn't watch the game. I thought John Wall was possession based, so maybe I'm wrong. But whatever template, they're doing their own thing. Whatever John Wall talked about, they're doing their own thing. They have different coaches. John Wall left over a year ago. It's not John Wall's team. In fact, John Wall didn't coach the under-17. The under-17 was coached by Freddie last year, and is coached by Wendell this year, and it looked like Vassar Reynolds and Freddie are on his team. So that's not John Wall. It's not about whether I have 50% possession or not. It's for me to understand that when I don't have the ball, I'm in danger. And when I have the ball, the other team can't score. When I have the ball, I can score. Right? When I have the ball, the team can't score. So I don't get it. And people want to give excuses about tedious program and John Wall. Let me just say some people. When you get the ball, especially when you get the ball on defense, you just kick with the ball. So that's basic, fundamental 101 football. You just kick the ball up the field and hope, and the ball just come back to you fast and you go up. I don't know actually if he did. Freddie was happy as a lark, as he should be. And the kids were happy. And everybody should be happy. And the JFF was happy. I actually text somebody in the JFF. I'm not going to say who. But text somebody in the JFF, and they text me back. They text me back something where they were celebrating, actually. And I was very pleased for them. Because they needed some good news after the World Cup debacle. But having said that, and people going to say, boy, you see, the man cranky, I fight the youth, them, and peer criticism. I'm going to call it like I see it. Kids won. They should be happy. They should be ecstatic. They're going to be on the world stage. But I'm concerned for the kids. They have some kids there who are so big and strong that they're going to bully anybody they play against. Nobody who plays will bully them. Like people like Nolan and the forward that come on second half. But at the same time, the kids want to have a future in football. You have to teach them how to play the game the right way so they can matriculate to any situation to allow them to be successful. This kid score 18 goals and don't allow a goal from open. Okay. I hear Rob Smith, so Cranky's wrong and you're right, because Cranky's criticizing them. Two other teams they play, did they play? Aruba and Cayman Islands are brilliant, big football powerhouses. And Canada is a good team. And they were the better team in the game. And if you go read the Observer, they said the same thing, by the way, because I read the Observer again today. Said the same thing. Canada was a better team. Jamaica scored the goals. But you guys, if you like people like Rob Smith, you're missing the point, actually. You're missing the point. The point is that second half, we didn't make 3 passes at any period of time that I can recall in a whole 45 plus minutes. Okay? All 45 minutes. You guys, you see people like Jamaica and Englishman and Rob Smith, you guys are missing the point. You're missing the point. And that's what killed Jamaica football. It's like we can't see the big picture. We have blinkers on. Okay, I'm going to get off the under 17 because I'm going to get more annoyed. They won. They're in the World Cup. Now, good luck to them. I'm sure they'll go win 15 love and 6 love when they get there. Where you guys are putting it. How can Canada be better when they lost 3 love? I hear you. I hear you, Rob Smith. So, Rob Smith, Cranky don't know what he's talking about. Go talk to the Observer. Talk to the Observer. Because I don't know what I'm talking about either. I agree with you, Rob Smith. They lost 3-1, by the way. They didn't lose 3 love. Penalties do count in games. And Jamaica played well. I think Jamaica dominated the second half, dominated the first half. They put passes together. They created a lot of chances, and they won 3-0, Rob Smith. So it's all good. And Cranky's wrong. Cranky don't know what he's talking about. I don't know about football. He's only a YouTuber. Based on that clip that the kids were doing, thought they were young, that the people in Jamaican football don't seem to be teaching to me. Yeah, I mean, I asked a question, DJ Exquisite. Did you see Jamaica team make any of those kind of plays when they played Canada? Did they pass the ball around? Did they split defense? Did they? Anyway, let me stop. I'm gonna go to the interview. So I got something today. I'm gonna skip from the under 21, under 17. Sorry, under 17. I hope the under 20 do better this time because I hear people saying they don't need no foreign balls in the team, and see we can't play with an Englishman. Them. So those of you who think that way, let me say this: Rudolph Speed, if you're listening, do not use any diaspora player in your team to go for the playoff. I think the locally developed players they have in the JPL and the one who play overseas, I think you have players like Lowe playing in the Great Thailand League now. You have players like Whisper, who's known at Leicester, who's a phenom. You have Dixon, who is in England playing. I think he's now in the academy. He got called back from loan from League 2 where he was. I think he's a very good player. You have Nicholson. Maybe can't play the first game, but he's in Mexico. He's playing for a team. Well, he's in Mexico. He's not really playing. But he's a great Jamaica center forward. You have Cephas, who is in the Russian league. I did check his stats the other day. I couldn't find him. Sorry. Who else you have? So you have the core of your team. And the last 4 who finish the game, Jamaica should start the next game. Dixon should start at the 10. Nicholson, maybe missed the first game, got a red card after the game done, so maybe he can't start. But put Watson up there. What's his name? The forward from Mount Pleasant. Then you have Wisp up on the right, and then you have Cephas on the left. And then you put what midfielder name from Jamaica. That's the team we have. Right? That's the team we have. Don't play no foreign baller. Them money a mash up a team. Me agree with Maverick. Me agree to call them a Maverick program. Don't Warner Brown, Warner Brown, not Watson, Warner Brown. Put Warner Brown up front. Then you have a difference. You have King and Lowe. Kind of Lowe play some football. You can put Freak. I think Free have a problem with yellow cards. So you put Tavan Great right back. And then you know what? We figure out the left back later. You know? Oh, the kid that play in play a Europa League the other day. Webster. left back. You don't need no Englishman for your team. Let me talk about you don't need Englishman. We don't need no Englishman for our team, people. I idiot thing not go on with put no Englishman painting. Them man are not good. When I play championship ball and Rico Henry had match at the place I left back for Brentford and Pinnock played today, but we don't need them Monday. We don't need them Monday. We don't need them Monday, people. and what's name? Yeah, we don't need them Monday. We don't need them Monday. So we not call no other name player who supposedly come. Now call their name. Andre Blake can go. Yeah. See, people, we have a team. Me agree with you, Maverick. We don't need no foreign ball on our team. We come mash at the team. We not qualify nothing. Then the same thing, qualify, go World Cup, then play a wonderful football. Them have 70% possession and 80% possession. And then people have views. Them look at man like Cranky, I come on, I say people in football, but them want the best team on the field or what them think is the best team. They don't know about football. Them and they are duns, football duns. As you call them, when they're the man think them smart. Them are waste man. Them go away. Play the young Jamaican players. Those are the ones we should have. We don't want no diaspora foreign people come mess up the team. The chemistry. Look at the great chemistry. You have the whole jungle forward line. Yeah, because them finish it. Hey, let me tell you something, people. We have to laugh, you know. We play the tape now. We'll skip now because it's important to go down the tape because Maverick interview, Rudolph. And by the way, prepare for this. When I go through this interview, I'm going to be stopping it quite a bit to give my perspective. It's about an hour. So we have we're gone about 36 minutes already. We have time. So let me pull it up. Let me do it. Right, let me drop it. I'm gonna drop it. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. We're gonna play it. Yep, here it is. All right. So this is Rudolph Speed's interview with Maverick. He went on the soft station in first. Well, I had him soft anyway. He went on KLAS, then he went to one of them brethren named another FM station. Then I'm gonna HEATS 97 for Maverick. So let me play it. And then I will stop it as we go along. So Rudolph Speed interview by Maverick. Let me just be clear on this. I heard 5 minutes of the interview. I didn't hear the whole thing. Because it dropped this afternoon about 4 something. See Presser drop it. And my car Presser and say we can't play it. So Presser allow me to play it. Because we never have time to look it up. So let's see what he says and what my response is. All right. And Rob Smith, you guys are right. I think Cranky is too critical. The Indiana 17 team is brilliant. They keep the ball really well. They pass well. They move well. They have spatial awareness, positional awareness. They're excellent players. So I think Cranky don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's go.
All right. We're going to start the Chronicle now. You're going to start it now.
Can you guys hear that? I want to make sure you can hear this or not, because then I may have to play play it on my phone. Could you guys hear that? Just please let me know if you can hear it. I can't plug me. I'll let him unplug me.
The debacle. I call it the debacle.
Can you guys hear that? Just let me know before I start. Just tell me yes or no. If not, I have to on my phone, so it may not come across here. Good. So we can hear. Bless.
And here I'm going to ask you. Obviously, when we started this campaign, we had Jaime Halgrimson here. I personal opinion, I thought he was making steady progress with the team. For one reason or another, maybe you can shed some light on it. He decided to leave. In hindsight, was it a mistake to let Halgrimson go?
But if somebody want to leave, you kidnap them and keep them.
No, but
he want to leave.
He wanted to leave because
he wanted to leave from
some differences.
No,
with the federation.
No, there was no differences. He wanted to leave from he lost the game against Canada and Jamaica. He said he wanted to leave from that.
That was the one before we went to Canada and beat them.
Yes, so he wanted to leave from that.
What reasons did he give?
He lost. He thought that
because he lost a game.
He lost that game. Remember, I know.
Our family just blew $600 on a calendar, and it's the best decision we ever made.
Calendar organizers aren't.
Nobody gave us a chance to win the second leg.
No, that was never been done before. Never beat Canada in Canada.
That was it, you know.
But wasn't that our Nations League? Wasn't that a Nations League qualifier? Wasn't that what it was? That's what it was?
It was to go to the Copa.
Right. So, but that wasn't the main.
No. But if he thought that he wasn't doing well, some coaches walking.
But he was winning. He won the first 2 games of the World Cup qualifiers, which I figure was the main thing he was here for.
No, whatever.
Yeah, I think he was using it as an excuse.
Whatever his reason was, After that game, he told me he wanted to leave, and he was going to leave after the second leg. Then we won the second leg, and he changed his mind.
I was told that he was being pressured.
By who?
I don't know. But pressured to, for one, to stay in Jamaica when him kind of did uncomfortable.
He did agree that he was going to stay here initially.
Initially, but after a while he realized
well,
he want to go back
look,
to Iceland
yes,
because for one reason or another.
Maybe, but
and I was told he was being pressured, so you have to stay here.
Yeah, but so what?
Eh?
So what?
Then Miss Sue explain to you what?
No, so
eh?
And Miss Sue explain to you why say explanation no make no sense. So
he was being pressured.
No, but you come and sign a contract to get A and B and C and D.
Mm-hmm.
In return, you give A and B and C and D.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, you don't want the two white things them where
you want to expand upon that.
So why not reduce the money?
Some of the things
did you agree to reduce the money? Did you come back and say, all right, you know what? Me now go do this. Some more you want my money reduced by this.
That's maybe some kind of negotiation should have taken place.
Right.
What did he agree to that he was basically not living up to? He was supposed to stay here and
was supposed to live in Jamaica, make sure we have a
local squad.
Local squad in training, make sure that your expertise is imparted with the rest of the country.
So there was no regard to the job he was doing with the team itself. It was more about fulfilling his obligations. I thought the team was making good, steady progress.
Nobody asked him to leave.
He left because of the pressure, man.
No, he moved on under pressure. He wanted to leave.
I remember he came here. He was my co-host one morning, And while we were here, I was asking him. But he's a very coy gentleman. Him not stay like me and you. Him very politically correct. So he never wanted to give me too much about. But I remember when we talked after the year, him kind of was, without being specific, he was saying he was disappointed with some of the things that he had to work with and some of the systems that he had to work with, kind of thing.
Again, before he came here, I would have sat with him and tell him everything that him saying him discover. So he wasn't being Christopher Columbus. He knew every single thing, how poor we were, how some of our persons was learning their jobs, etc. As a matter of fact, every single person that he wanted us to employ, we employed him. So we try to facilitate the process as much as possible.
All right.
And if you look at what the country that he went, what they said, they wanted him from the timing.
So he had his eye out there a long time.
Yeah. I wouldn't believe.
Probably made up his mind about Jamaica well in advance.
That too.
The man that come from one place where on Iceland. Jamaica was like a exotic experience in never work out.
But there's no notion that we wanted him to leave or anything.
You never wanted him to leave?
I would force him on. No, I didn't want him.
His replacement now.
So before I go my comments, can you guys, by the way, people, I don't know if I'm in the chat, but hit the like button while you're here. Can you guys give me a view as to whether you agree with the perspective that Hogrimson wanted to leave and decided to leave after the Canada game? But obviously we played Canada and won in Canada. Can you guys give me a view on that? I know what I know. So Rudolph said he wanted to leave at the Canada game. Maverick, who knows more, by the way, than he's saying, says, well, no, I think there are other things I talk about on the side with him. And Maverick have people I'm fence, I'm call it. What you guys view about is Rudolph being forthright in his perspective? And let me just, before you answer, let me just say this. This is the same Rudolph who told us John Wall had to be reassigned because he couldn't do too many roles. I hear you, Floyd. Floyd said, nah, they made him perturb, so him leave. Colin Quest. Hey, Colin Quest, encourage me for the YouTube now. Colin Quest, appreciate the support, my youth. Hope things are well with you and the family. I hope you had a great Valentine's weekend. Enough people to be enjoy themselves. In my house, hope everybody see me out there and have fun. I mean, never buy a bulb of flowers and things. But go ahead, people. Let me know. Do you think that that what Rudolph says is maybe truthful, that he wants to leave after the Canada game? Or you think, say, all we are just idiot, because we don't know sense? We have to talk plain part of people. Can't we just have a laugh at me and them thing there? Somebody want to leave the program because they lost a game. And grown-ass people are supposed to buy that explanation. Jesus Lord. Whew. And we are supposed to believe. Thank you, Colin. Appreciate it. We're supposed to believe that? No, only people that take back into it. This is a coach. In football, you win some, you lose some. As a coach, you know this. Gary says, I don't think you're being forthright. Why would he want to air their dirty laundry? And Maverick says he's being coy. He's not being coy. He's being professional. That's what professionals do. They manage what they're saying. Whenever you listen, you hear Pastor Coglu come out and say Tottenham is not a big team and all this, and he's getting different perspectives from people. People may agree with him, but they blast him, right? There are certain things you say in a certain role you don't say in public. You just don't. So you see when executives get fired or something, they say, oh, it's mutual consent. Or you have to spend more time with his family. That's what happens. Because coaches know they have other roles they have to go assume at some point. They want to keep the business. And your next employer is going to be very concerned about what you have said previously, whether it's in your social media or verbally in some ways. Right? So that idea that he's being coy is not being coy. He's being a professional. And Maverick said, well, you and I will be different. I don't know. You were coy with Rudolph. You knew the deal, but you didn't push Rudolph. Rudolph pushed back on you and you backed down. Now, I can tell you from what I've heard. So I'm going to explain a couple of things. One is he didn't leave because he lost no game. Let me just be frank, because I'm getting annoyed hearing that nonsense. He didn't leave because he lost no game. That's his total bullshit. Sorry, people. I had to say it. I'm getting aggravated. There are many factors why he left. And even the coach who came after him complained about not having certain tools. Now, Rudolph said he told him everything. First of all, you can't tell everybody everything. Okay, I know every single thing they're going to run into. You may have given him some lay of the land about what he's going to experience. And he had some of that information before about working in challenging environment, right? And he wasn't happy with the food in Jamaica, some of those things. But when you try to tell people which team them to pick and which player them to pick and which player to get exposure, that's a problem. But you can never say that in public. You're trying to tell the coach which player to pick and which local player to get exposure so they can get contract. That's how I view it. That's the reason why coach want to leave. Why do you think that McLaren played 4, what you want to call them, junglers or 3 junglers up front? And that's what I give him. Between the crowd and other people pressure McLaren, you know. And you'll give an example, people. We'll get to the tape, people. You'll give an example of how messed up we are. Stay with me, because some of the people, them just so parochial in them view, them can't see them choose from them foot from them nose. In that last game, we had Dixon, who now played no football. We have Cephas, who do well, but he not play the football. We have Nicholson, who not play the football. We have Whisper, who didn't play pushing the football. They were the last 4-1 qualified for the World Cup. They did throw on Calamari to the end. Dixon plays over Campbell. Campbell is a Charlton starter in their team for the last 2 seasons, every game. Dixon, them send him out Alpan loan, no him gone back in the academy. If you are Charlton or anybody and you know football and you see Dixon are playing over this kid, you have to ask yourself, what the hell is happening? How are they on them organization there? But because about who is born where, you play because you're born in Jamaica. That's what happened with some of the players. You play where you're born in Jamaica, you get preference. That's a reverse affirmative action in some way, shape, or form. So we never want to go World Cup. We want to go World Cup with the players who were born in Jamaica, so we can't say our local people do it. Because we have too much foreign up on the team, as they call it. And the Dixon Campbell situation is the one that boggles my mind. Dixon not even get game in the League 2. Him can't come over the bench in the League 2. That's why I'm taking back on loan in the academy and can't get game. And him play over Campbell, who was start in the championship. You just need to cause some bad word. Now we go back to what Rudolph is saying. Rudolph I don't care if you're vexed or not. You're being disingenuous, and it's not okay. We're not all idiots. We may not look that smart. We may not act that smart. We may not be too eloquent. We may not be articulate, but we are not idiot. And for Maverick to allow you to get away with that is not okay. You should have said, you know what? Disagree with you. We agree to move on. But you telling us that the man left because of one game is insulting our intelligence. That means you have no respect for intelligence. But I'll keep playing it. As I said, people, that's the only part of the tape I listened to before. I haven't heard any else thing apart from this, and I was very upset hearing this. Probably can hear my voice.
I want a big fool man not to carry come and say a coaching. Eh?
I think
and that man never mandated today and build no squad. So explain that Steve McLaren.
It was the same. No, he got the same job description. He was supposed to live here and do all that because he was supposed to live here and do everything that we had to agree. It was the same job.
It was the same kind of
piece of
job
paper,
description.
everything. Yeah.
So, but you were much more, lenient in.
No, we saw the writing again on the wall.
That he never wanted to stay.
They don't want to stay. Yeah. So that
they just want to come when we have games and
which is probably a fool's paradise.
You think that had a lot anything to do with what happened ultimately?
No. Well, yes and no. And let me tell you why. You're right. Is the easiest group
in the history of World Cup qualifying speed.
Yes.
We're not going to ever be another group as easy as that. And it was the easiest one up to this point.
But the match would not have been easy though.
It's not a match.
That's
you never have to come down to the match.
No. Not the match. Oh. None of the match would have been easy because everybody was seeing the same thing. That this is that
right.
Group.
Understood.
Right.
Understood.
They have a chance.
Understood.
It
was the easiest for all the teams in the group.
Yes.
Easiest possible for all the teams.
Yes, I agree. But the matches themselves were not easy.
Using a toothbrush is my least favorite way to clean retainers. I use the dental pod.
If you wear your retainer every night like I do, you know how quickly it can start getting cloudy and unhygienic. I see the
normally, because I subscribe to YouTube, I should download it and then play it. So sorry about that.
The truth, though, is that I don't believe because the coach wasn't living here is the only factor. But I believe when you're in your country and you sit down and you talk to the people and see how anxious they were and you kind of build up a different belief because I don't walk on the road and somebody now say, Mr. Speed, make sure, right? So my countrymen, them start to motivate me to want to do it more. And I say, oh, me I go walk back on the road if me no go World Cup.
Right.
So all of those emotions, I think you do better and probably on top of your game.
And the question you should ask yourself, as Rudolph keeps speaking, I'm sure Maverick is talking about is what is he doing apart from playing the Martiniques of the world, prepare the World Cup? But let's hope that this come across in the interview.
More.
The management of those, what was it, 6 games. All right, we can take Bermuda out there. Bermuda wasn't really a factor. I don't know how they got here in the first place. But we beat Trinidad at home. Had Trinidad to beat in Trinidad to qualify. And to my mind, you have various points where you can say, that's how we give it the World Cup. But it's when we make Trinidad equalize power and get a point out of the game there. And that's how we don't qualify for the World
places.
Cup. Only response. Box office, sports explosion. We go for a quick break on the sports explosion. My co-host, Rudolph Speed, the head coach of the senior Reggae Boyz. And we're running down the chronicle of events that led us to where we are right now. We go for a quick break on the sports explosion.
In Curacao, the first game, we should have just went there and said, look here, for can't win, we take a draw. We made 4 changes to that team, and I think that's what went wrong. People will say Low, would have been past it King, so they wanted to bring in, better players. But in that back 4 first, we played 2 games against a good Trinidad team, and we didn't concede
6
any.
points if we take opportunity.
We didn't concede any goal in those 2 games with our back line. We changed it up, bringing 2 new players and 2 midfielders.
That was Low and King.
Yeah, I thought that was the mistake in the Curacao game. And then we had 2 new central midfielders in the game. So we had 4 at the defensive structure change up.
After
I thought either Lowe wasn't playing football or Lowe was injured. Am I missing something, people? We act like we just changed the team because Lowe got benched. Wasn't there some issue with Lowe while Lowe didn't play? You guys can remind me if I'm mistaken. I don't think Lowe got benched because we said he didn't play well in previous games. Was there something Lowe with it? Because we had different windows where people were not playing football, they're not in team, they're injured, whatever it was. He made it seem like if we changed the defense because everything was okay. I don't think that's how it was. You guys can remind me if I'm wrong or not. I don't remember that. I don't remember Lowe being benched because he was playing well and he get game. That's not how I saw it. And King, I think, played all the games.
After we were no goals conceded, I think we scored
6 goals.
6 goals.
Yeah, I thought that was a mistake. I thought that was a mistake because you want to improve a team, but guess what? If it, the whole saying, if it don't broken, don't fix it.
Yeah. And Lowe hardly factored from there.
Right. And then the second game in Trinidad now, well, King went down, but then we had some gymnastics. We're trying to save people from cards.
And first of all, once we changed the midfield in Curacao, Hayden had too many yellow cards, so he couldn't play. What are we talking about? We're talking about is if the coach made decisions because he made poor decisions versus the coach was forced to make changes given facts and circumstances. And then Maverick, him the kind of follow nothing, him just keep going. Because him not follow nothing, him not understand the football, him not close to the football, him can't challenge them assertion there.
I think that was what cost us that game.
The Trinidad game?
Yeah, so those are the 2 flashpoints, I think.
I think tactically we got that game wrong.
No.
When we went 1 up, it's long time, so them take off CFAS off our field in time. And CFAS, whether we like it or not, our most potent attacker in terms of his pace. And he scored a goal in the game. And obviously we pull him off when was like 60-odd minutes.
Yeah, our in-game management could have been better because, as I said before, whatever happened before that, it don't matter. We had the lead, and we had the lead in the second half, and we should have held on.
It's not that alone, Speedy. All right, you know football and all the football go inside. We one love up on Trinidad. Trinidad is exiting the World Cup at home, my boss.
Yes.
Trinidad had no choice now, but to come, and look the goal, And our best bet, best gamble then, would have at least keep CFAS on the field to try to see if we can get the second one to kill the game. And we go back, go do what we're not good at. So we are sitting back and defend and the man come back, come draw one out.
I don't know if because we sit, but I thought we had players on the field that just play one way. Too much players on the field play one way. They were offensive, and I think that's what cost us the game.
The intent.
But as I said before, our tactics, we got it wrong in that game because we were leading 1-0 until late in the second half.
Question to you. In hindsight now, you think it was a mistake hiring Steve McLaren? Steve Bruce had the wrong Steve. You think it was a mistake?
Look, there's a lot of things why you employ a coach. We all just sit and say it, but you had coaches was asking for up to $200,000 a month. We couldn't afford it.
Fine.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, so there's a lot of factors. It's not just.
My husband never looked back at his old suit pants after I gifted him these.
The coach's ability, because there was coach out there that had a bit more ability, but we just couldn't afford them. And they wanted to come with 10 staff and all of that. We just, with a bankrupt, we couldn't afford it.
So it's more of an affordability issue where we have
more
Steve
factors
McLaren.
than one, yeah.
And to getting the England players here as well. Was that a part of it as well?
That was
his connection to the England player.
We were using like a lot of England players.
Right? But
we were using a lot of England.
Who did he get here? He don't get nobody here.
No, I'm saying we were using a lot of England players. So we, you would be able to watch them and be able to, who's gonna perform, etc., etc. So there were some positives, as I said before, in hindsight.
So let me touch upon that a little bit, because you guys will hear me talk. If you watch my program, you hear me talk about it a lot. I don't remember Steve McLaren going to games until late in the program. Steve McLaren was on vacation. Steve McLaren is speeds higher. Let me say it again, because people say you only recommend a theme higher. Him work with him in the TDS program, and he hired him because of the program. That's why Steve Bruce said, I don't wrong Steve Jamaica. I'm thinking him get the job. And I have no idea which coach might have up $20,000 a year. But they didn't spend too long after hiring the coach. It wasn't that long a search. He knew about Steve McLaren a long time ago. And he asked him if it was a bad hire, and he's still not saying it's a bad hire. He's still not saying it's a bad hire. Well, it has to be a bad hire because he failed. So it has to be a bad hire. Whether or not somebody else would qualify us, it's a bad hire, no matter how you want to hide behind it.
No. Boy.
All right. We'll get to the mission at hand. But Obi, anybody out there now? All right. 8780120. Check in and let your voices be heard. I think the people want to hear me yet. The mission at hand now, speed. Before we get to the mission at hand, I hope people say you should be nowhere close to the national team after being an integral part of that failure. You know? How you play to that?
Well, first thing, these people don't even watch football because most time when the coach fail, they put the interim, they put the assistant coach as the head coach. So that don't make any sense. It's a nonsense argument. That's a one. But two, I was not there to insist. I was there to assist if the coach wanted my expertise. And when he wanted, he asked for it. I'm sure nobody was saying that after the first two games when we were leading, when they had 6 points, 6 goals, and plus 6 average. But after that, things just didn't go well. And as
I'm sorry, everybody, that's not correct. There are people saying McLaren, we may qualify despite McLaren, not because of McLaren. Let me repeat that. Go watch the tapes. The emphasis was McLaren ain't make us qualify. We will qualify despite McLaren, not because of McLaren, because we had was Maverick Color Soups one. So this conception or this idea about, nobody was saying that over 6 points, nonsense. We knew McLaren wasn't around. And when he asked him the question about, some people say he should be nowhere close because of his involvement. And he said he was a technical advisor and he was there to assist, not to insist. Let's remember, he recommended McLaren for the position. He made sure McLaren got hired for the position. He worked with McLaren TDS program. He's the one who assessed McLaren's capability, ability, and to take us there. He's the one who hired McLaren. He's the one who came on when McLaren was hired and answered some of the questions. He owns McLaren. So why would you give him the shop to run when he was responsible for the mess that was there in the first place? He's the primary responsible person. Now, some people say, well, you're absolving the president. No, Rudolph was the main responsible person. Rudolph owns this. Don't give me this nonsense about when coach fail, the assistant take over. No, the assistant know hide himself. The assistant is a stopgap measure to allow you to get to someplace else, and people can assess assistants and their capability and realize the coach made the final decision. You were there, the technical advisor, because you realized McLaren wasn't up to snuff, and you went to the Unity Cup, and you was there with him. You then saw the Gold Cup, and we were saying after the Gold Cup, he has to go, and you still kept him on. So you own this. And for Jamaica to be giving you a pass on this is not okay. You own it. Now, I'm sure the president said, go clean up your own mess. That's maybe what he gave it to you, given the competition you have to face. But let's stop this nonsense about you not owning this and that people in Jamaica know what they're talking about football, or people who know football. I know you're the football genius. I know you're the football god. Your team play beautiful football. They keep the ball really well. They pass the ball really well. You have won Cup of Caribbean Championship, and you're a godsend when it comes to football. You're the epitome of football knowledge and intellect and intelligence. But you failed miserably in this case, if you want to put yourself in that vein, and you're being rewarded for failing. And if you fail again, they're going to say, you know what? Congo or Nigeria was too good. That's why it worked out the way it did. Spare us.
Said before, the coach still had the last word. If I went there and was saying, tell the coach, no, you have to listen to me, then it would be a much different argument that I was interfering and all of that, which I tried not to. So it is what it is. I don't worry about those things. If those people could ever rattle me, then I wouldn't be the one for the job now.
But here why I think people, them have a case. Here why them have a case. We're going to get to the call right now. But because of how uniquely intertwined you were in the whole process. Because remember saying from a technical leadership point of view, I had the coach them from Al Grimson to McLaren. We get the easiest group ever.
I am a coach.
You're the in charge of the technical committee.
It's a fallacy. Listen to me. I give the board 4 names. The board decide who is the ultimate person based on the other factors.
So it's not you pick Steve McLaren.
You're not listening. My committee for every single coaching job recommend to the board.
I want to know, have you made this mistake with your holster? And by mistake, I mean, did you get a holster that's uncomfortable so you don't carry all the time?
The JFF board. And we never give them one name, no time. Even when Al Grimson come here, them get 4 names and the board decide based on the factors. who is going to be the ultimate person. Yeah,
Based on all the factors.
And same thing with me, is the board decide. Say, I'm here be the coach now.
We have a call.
So here's what Maverick should have asked him. Okay, the board decide. When you ask to provide your recommendation, do you have to list them in terms of preference from your committee or you in terms of how you rank them? Do you have to rank them? Or just give them 4 names with all the criteria that's required and how they measure up to those criteria, right? Is that how it works? Because I don't understand that. Because every time I see the coaching situation, every coach him recommend get higher. So the board don't, if him recommend, or you just give the coach 4, they just get him 4 names and then somehow pick the one where you want. How does that work? The question should have been, let's decipher through this, which is, if you have 4 coaches, do you have to rank them 1 to 4? Or if you have 4 coaches, are you just listing their qualification? Because we all know what the qualifications are. We know what Steve Bruce is. We know what McLaren is. You don't recommend any coach. You just put on 4 coaches. And we're supposed to believe that? Well, we're fool. Bad.
Quick. Morning, CC. Morning, my boss.
Morning, Mr.
I
Speed.
nah hear him good enough.
You know, I hear him. I'm hearing him. Go again, CC.
Mr. Speed, I can understand saying now you hear me because
You hearing him? You hearing him no speed?
If you don't say nothing, hear him low. You can turn up this?
And if you better.
Let me see.
Oh man, all right, 2 months now.
Try this one.
Well,
Try this one. Go on, CC.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Speed.
Now you're clear now.
You mentioned something earlier.
Let me take up this headset off my.
Yeah, you mentioned something earlier. Can you repeat this for me? Really Downs well and the technical staff. I don't think I heard what you said.
I don't know which part of Mr. Donzel.
No, like you said something about multiple World Cup.
Yeah, he has been on the technical staff for 5 World Cups now.
Yeah, but he does say something like no one else in the world.
I said probably no one else. Definitely not in Jamaica. But for somebody to go to 5 World Cup, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal.
But remember, I said because when they said no, you said probably. I mean, they're probably a qualifier statement.
Yeah, but CC,
Bora.
Yeah. Who got more than 5? Tell me. I don't know.
Bora Milutinovic got 5, you know.
Jamaica?
As head coach, you know.
Yeah.
Not for Jamaica or.
Yeah.
But when Mr. Speed said it about Donzel, wasn't it for Jamaica you thought?
No, it wasn't for Jamaica.
I said in the world, it's probably one of the highest person. You know. But he is. Nobody got 5 World Cup. He's one of the highest in the world for you.
Yeah, but I said Bora qualify 5 teams.
I know about Bora. Me go for Bora and Mexico go interview.
Well, no. So you get to the point now where me I say, if you look at
You hear him say, I beat him chest and go for Bora. People just decipher thing, man. Him say him just recommend. Him say him not pick coach at the board appoint coach. Him just say him no him go for Bora. Then I will pick the coach. We are some fool people, you know. We don't no sense.
The Bora situation and Bora coming into Jamaica as probably one of the most qualified, if not the most qualified coach to coach the Jamaica. In hindsight, do you think it was part of the federation issue as to why Bora never got a better opportunity in terms of coaching the national team?
Bora was a national coach, but when the administration changed, the then president decided that him don't want to use him.
Oh, that was what happened.
Yeah, that was why Bora went back.
Boxhill brought him here.
Boxhill brought him here, and then captain said no.
Okay.
So you realize that is another issue of what when we are trying to build something of continuity.
No, but Bora was expensive, you know. He was, as far as me know, he was the most expensive coach ever come to Jamaica.
So that was a factor.
So it's a factor. I can't blame captain for that because, as I said before, you know, we can easily say things, but as I said, there's a numerous factor why you decide to take a coach or don't take a coach, you know.
Yeah.
It's
but
not
I
easy.
have 2 other things more to say to you. Read the last time when we were trying to get a coach, I remember, did you not say, because I don't want to misquote you, that money wasn't an issue in terms of trying to get the coach that we wanted?
I don't know. I can't remember that. All I can tell you, I just want you to get the point straight, because a lot of people don't get the point straight. We interview like 50 coach. We had 50 coach on our list. We come down to 4. We go to the board, and then after that, the CEO take over. We say, these are the 4 people in this order, and then them take over and negotiate. And
the man said them interview 50 coaches. You don't believe that? 50 coaches. Or were they all head coaches interview? 50 head coaches interview. First of all, if you interview 50 coaches, you don't know what you do. If you interview 50 head coaches, you don't know what you do. You interview 50, or you look on 50 resume. Let me see them ask many questions about it. 50 coach. You interview 50 coach?
The board decide who ultimately get the job. So that is how it is.
But Mr. Speed, the reason why I'm asking, because now you're saying...
You that really believe that Jamaica, money wouldn't be a problem for Jamaica, come on.
No, but remember you're saying the better coaches were out there, but they were more expensive. But I think I recall a situation where we were saying, we're going to get the best coach that money can give us, but money is not an issue for us. So maybe I'm misquoting it, but I don't want to misquote you. That's why I asked about the question.
Yeah.
It's all right, no.
But
I'm good.
in the situation,
Go back to what I said, people. The man said interview. People, did I hear wrong? Do I have to play it back again? Did he say they interview 50 coaches? No, I'm dead serious. This is very important, people. Did he say they interview 50 coaches? You guys just tell me yes or no, because maybe I'm not here right. Did he say they interviewed 50 coaches? Or did he say they have 50 coach resume who apply? I am totally confused. So maybe misspoke. Me confuse people. They interviewed 50 coaches. Oh no, here. Me say me can rewind. Sorry, people. Me can rewind. Sorry. Me don't want to go back too far now.
Interview like 50 coach. We had 50 coach per now, Wallace. He was the most expensive coach ever come to Jamaica.
So that was a factor.
So it's a factor. I can't blame captain for that because, as I said before, we can easily say things, but as I said, there's a numerous factor why you decide to take a coach or don't take a coach.
Yeah.
It's
but
not
I
easy.
have 2 other things more to tell you. Read the last time when we were trying to get a coach. I remember, did you not say, because I don't want to misquote you, that money wasn't an issue in terms of trying to get the coach that we wanted?
I don't know. I can't remember that. All I can tell you, I just want you to get the point straight, because a lot of people don't get the point straight. We interview like 50 coach. We had 50 coach per now, Wallace. We come down to 4.
Now, when you say you interview 50 coach, I am still trying to understand. When you're interviewing coaches, you're interviewing head coaches who then bring their staff with them, sorry. So if you say you interview 50 coaches, or did he mean... I'm confused. Sorry. We are plugged. We're cut down there because I say interview 50 coach. Yeah, they don't interview 50 coach. So either might not tell the truth, or he might just exaggerate the number, or somebody say hyperbole, or I don't know what I must say. Because in life, it makes things as if we don't know sense. Like if I say, you wouldn't understand, or we did this and you wouldn't get it, and here's what we have out there. You guys are not smart enough like me to understand it. That's what I get sometimes. And he may be right. We're not as smart as him. Because we wouldn't have hired that coach.
We go to the board, and then after that, the CEO take over. We say, these are the 4 people in this order, and then them take over and negotiate. And
nah, man, I 50 coach in my top, man. Can you say they have 4 coach left? So that if them go through the 50 and then pick 4, that means a 46 coach never get higher. If you're interviewing 50 coaches, you have no idea what you're doing. Let me repeat that. If you're interviewing 50 coaches for a head coaching job, who's going to bring their staff, you have no idea what you're doing. So it can't be that they interview 50 coaches. I don't know how much coaches they interview, but they ain't no 50. And that's why the credibility goes out the window when you make certain statements. Because if you're trying to exaggerate, it doesn't land well. Because interviewing 50 coaches is a waste of time.
The board decide who ultimately get the job. So that is how it is.
But Mr. Speed, the reason why I'm asking, because now you're saying...
You that really believe that Jamaica... money wouldn't be a problem for Jamaica, come on.
No, but remember you're saying the better coaches were out there, but they were more expensive. But I think I recall a situation where we were saying, we're going to get the best coach that money can give us, but money is not an issue for us. So maybe I'm misquoting it, but I don't want to misquote you. That's why I asked about the question.
Yeah.
It's all right, no.
But
I'm good
with regards to I asked this question before, but now that you're the head coach,
you know, so me is a financial person though. So I don't know if I would ever say a statement like that. We talk about money. Me have Jamaica have money. I mean, that is be responsible. But continue.
Yeah, but as I say, still, you know, you can verify or not verify, and I'm not saying.
Yeah.
But there's a situation that I asked before, right? With Trevante Stewart and the coach prior with, I think there's a Leon Bailey issue, and both two players were suspended. I wanted to know if he was one of those players, and if anything, if he's suspended.
No, as far as me know, and we have a lot of data. All of these players are scouted frequently and looked at, and then the coach make a decision as to who he wants in the squad. There's nobody on suspension. No, nobody, not care what any player say. There's no player on suspension.
Okay.
Sorry, people, that's something. Next time I download it, I apologize.
Mr. Speed, there's a lot of things that were said before and said, we'll get back to the roots. The U17 team, this is the final team, like I said. The U17 team qualify, we know that there's a number of local players. And with that being said, I heard when the general secretary would have said, acting general secretary at the time would have said, we need to get back to our roots, and this importation is not the way to go, basically paraphrasing. However, when I look at several of the teams that we have qualified before, well, tried to qualify with before, majority of those teams that get to the final stage, we have a situation where there's like a 60-40 diaspora versus local. So I'm trying to figure out what is it the roots that we had before that we have not been doing since lately, because we have never had an overwhelming number of diasporan players within the Jamaica national team in multiple campaigns.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to somebody, because when I talked to the farmer Jensek, he said that wasn't what he meant. You know, so
but it was quite clear to a lot of us.
I don't know.
He was basically pointing to that this consistent policy of going for players, it hasn't brought us any more success. And I sorry to say, I agree.
He was in his statement, he was not being entirely truthful, because as I said before to you, multiple tournaments, we had a lot of Jamaicans. I think 2006 was an overwhelming local number of teams. So we have always blended the teams, and it's never been an overwhelming number of diasporan players for multiple campaigns, and we have still failed.
No. So, hold on.
No, man, ever since 1998, man.
From 2002, we started have a lot of
man, we started have a lot of overseas players.
What I'm saying to you, Mr. Speed, when you look at the squad in 2002, 2006, 2010, 2014 coming up, there has never been more than 60% of diasporan players in those squads.
So maybe that balance wrong. So maybe the 60% balance is too much.
So I think those things, regardless of what the farmer Jensek said or anybody said, you can't not try to develop your local people. You know, it's a thing in football, you have to do it. And that is one of the reasons why we had said to the coach when they come here, listen, we know when you go to competition, you have to win those, you have to select the best team, but there must be some development aspect to the game in the country. And I think some of the time we have failed at the development. But recently, the last
people, sometimes I listen to these things and my head hurt me quite a bit, actually. The development of a footballer cannot be at the national level for the Reggae Boyz. That's an asinine statement. Now, if you want to say you want to give them exposure, it's a different story. If you're going to wait for a national team coach to develop somebody, they have missed the boat. Can he help them with their game? Of course. The concept of development, when you learn the skill set you need from your junior to being somewhere in your teenage years, is the responsibility of the JFF and the academies in Jamaica or whatever program they're involved in. It's not the national team coach. Can the coach come in, provide advice, provide perspective, help, give constructive criticism, give constructive suggestion, help to enhance. If that's part of their purview, if that's part of their responsibility, if there's part of what they were hired, yes. But for you to talk about, when he comes in, he has to develop the footballers who are already grown ass men, then that's not how this works. And it's frustrating to hear that nonsense. And the question should have been to Rudolph, what are you guys doing to develop the footballers? You've been in the program for a number of years now. The Jeff have been around. What are they doing to develop the kids in Jamaica so they can matriculate to the national team and compete? Right? This idea that the Maverick thing about 60% should be less. Maverick, play all of the player them. Maverick, tell the man if you play all the local player them for a whole cycle. Just play local players. You had them play Grenada the other day. They were wonderful against Grenada. They dominated. They were the best team in the world. Grenada is a world-class team. That's what they should play. We should have a whole goddamn league that you guys go play in so you can look like world beaters. Because all we do is get frustrated here. This garbage.
4 years or so, we have spent a lot of time on local development. Even the Costa Cup and Manning Cup, we ensure that the coaches is at a certain level. Now they have to have a C license. And you see what we are doing with the Premier League and those other leagues. So, look, it's a long road. There's no clear winner yet. But let's see. I think we're going in the right direction. I personally don't subscribe to local and overseas. Once he's a Jamaican, he's a Jamaican. That's how I see it. And we want to win everything.
All right, CC. Let's see.
Man, so, respect.
Wow. Rudolph has come a long way. Now, just for full transparency, I have had a discussion with Rudolph about this off camera. And I'm glad he's expressing this explicitly in the public domain versus behind the scenes, because I want him to come out and talk about it. Because I get beaten when I say it a couple of times. As he has said now explicitly, because Rudolph sometimes says something today and tomorrow and change his mind. You know him say sometimes. He made the one space in prefer to go sell play and go work up. And people will that over him head and get vexed when you bring it up. I'm glad Rudolph have said it. Rudolph realized that a Jamaican is Jamaican. Let's see if it goes into practice, people. Right? Let's see if it goes into practice. Rudolph is saying that a Jamaican is a Jamaican, which then tells me that those of you out there like Maverick who want periodic for the team, not happening on a speed watch. Because Rudolph Speed realized, unlike some of the morons, that he wants to win. And to win, he needs to pick the best team or the best balanced team. Not in terms of who born where, but who gives him the best chance to win. So Rudolph, I'm going to commend you for coming out in the public domain and clearly articulating your perspective that you have to pick the best players regardless of where them come from. Rudolph, I applaud you. See, me give you credit where you deserve a credit. You deserve beating, you get it.
I was going to ask you that in a speed. Where you, in terms of your conviction, where you come down on this foreign-born player team here, obviously, if you're going to get a player of the quality of a Mason Green, we can understand you're breaking the bank and breaking even the rules to get him here. But this over-exuberance and running to get some ball away, not playing even at the highest level, but him have a Jamaican connection. And when the come here, we play him in a 2 game and then we decide say no good. And I think we repeat a mistake too many times.
Yeah. But
yeah,
Curacao not saying that no.
Well, Curacao.
One person was in the squad that born in Curacao.
It worked for them.
Yes. So they're not saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And so this argument, there's no winners.
No, but maybe the players that Curacao brought, Dick Advocate brought here, they were so far better than who them have a Curacao that it worked for them. So at least they had a conviction and them stick with them conviction. The point about this, why we're having this debate, is because the players that come here over time, them not sure say them significantly better in a Jamaican shirt than enough for the youth where we have here and there all over the diaspora.
No, that is a different argument.
Yeah.
Because there's no doubt. I always believe that private sector people buy the best thing. So if somebody is willing to pay a lot of money for players, it means that they must go.
No, man.
Yeah? Hold on.
You can't look on
Hold on.
You have to look on a ball and our ball fit in your system.
No.
Well, we can carry a ball and come and become one club.
Hold on. Listen. You try to carry the argument around.
And especially at a certain level.
No, I'm saying to you, if a man overseas pay a lot of money and give a person a big wage every single week, there must be something about him. That's the point I'm making.
Speed. If that, no, that's why I'm saying if we got Mason Greenwood to be fine, you know. But these players, for the most part, are playing in lower leagues. Some of them who attached to some prominent clubs not getting no playing time. Some of them are not already.
So Maverick is articulating, or he is making the case for locally born players should be in the national team at the expense of overseas born players because they're not significantly better. Now, ask yourself this question. If you're a citizen of a country and you have the same persuasion, the same race, we're not talking about affirmative action, why would somebody get a preference versus you? Why do you have to be significantly better than somebody if you're both citizens? Because in the Constitution of Jamaica, it says nothing about being significantly better for you to get an opportunity. If you come from Jamaica where you have links, I'm working at the links business. And links business are idiot things because they deny people opportunities. Do not, if the person is a citizen of your country, they have to be significantly better. If the coach picked him for somebody else, he sees something in, that's better than them. That's Rudolph is trying to tell you. But Marvin, don't hear. What Rudolph is trying to say is this. When you acquire a player for a lot of money, it suggests that asset is valued. That's why you buy for a lot of money. So Rudolph is using the example of a player that we will go out and approach who have been acquired by another team. Like you see, Cutter Marty went for, there we go, for $1 million to Wrexham from Sheffield Wednesday. He's saying if they're going to pay a lot of money for that player, but nobody now give the Jamaica player for free, and you look at the ability, then he believed that give you some indication as to the capability of that player. Now, Maverick then says, so the player not getting no playing time. So let's think about that. Russell wasn't getting much playing time before the World Cup qualifiers. Pinnock wasn't getting much playing time. Was Cephas getting playing time? Was Dixon getting playing time? What level was Whisper playing at? What was Nicholson getting playing time? Did Lowe have a team? The level of hypocrisy is sickening. It makes you want to throw up. And Maverick makes you want to throw up. The level of hypocrisy is beyond belief. Go on transfer market and Cephas played well in the World Cup qualifiers. Let's not get it wrong. But he played well in the Bermuda game and he scored against Trinidad. The rest of the time was a waste. Go look at Cephas stats in transfer market. If you can find any, can not get no game time. Go look at the 16-year-old, get out Nicholson and Mexico, him a player, can not get no game time. Go look at Dixon down in League 2, where he not get no game time. Go look at Whisper, who don't start at the game for Chelsea in the academy. These players are in the national team over people like Jamal Lowe, for example, who get game time when there. These players play over Roman Burrell, who has scored goal for QPR. These players play over Tyrese Campbell, who has started for Charlton. This concept that is all fear and that we're giving too much English players game by Maverick is refuted by facts. And facts matter. A lot of Jamaican players get game because they're born in Jamaica. Now, people like Nicholson is one of the top goal scorers in Jamaica history and deserve to be considered. But he ain't getting no game time. And if performance and regular game time is a criteria, he wouldn't get into the squad. Dixon wouldn't get into the squad. Cephas wouldn't get into the squad. Even though Cephas did play well in some games, did score against Trinidad, like Maverick says, did score against Bermuda. But against Curacao, Cephas disappeared. In fact, in the last 2 games, he made 8 passes and completed 5. This notion and this concept that Maverick continued to expose because he has a pan the corner discussion with his audience, where a lot of them are not informed, is awful. It's terrible. That's what you call a waste people. Waste.
To tweet a while ago, when them start Ethan Pinnock in the game, after we have Lowe and King play so good, we discombobulate that understanding and that camaraderie, you know, and carry Ethan Pinnock come. We're not playing no football, him there on the EPL books, you know. But
what football? Lowe didn't have a team, people. Lowe didn't have a team. Am I advocating for Pinnock? No. Lowe did not have a football team. Forget about Pinnock a train. Lowe not no football team. Lowe get released by Houston. He not have no team. What is Maverick talking about? And we get no refuting from the people who don't want football. Speed that no pushback. I thought CC was on the line. Why aren't we refuting? Because you know what? Maverick have his pulpit that he can talk all the time, and there is no pushback. with the goddamn nonsense. And he's one of the most uninformed person you can come across when it comes to Jamaica football. He don't know the football of them. He don't know the football. He don't know the team. He know the game. Them. He just running mouth and him sound loud and have a big platform. And it's nauseating.
He comes here lethargic and give a goal against Trinidad when Trinidad score power down at Trinidad.
So I'm glad you just said all of what you just said. Yeah. Because I watch your podcast where say the most idiotic thing you ever read is my criteria.
For selection?
Yes.
What specifically was I alluding?
You don't even remember what you said? Technical.
A lot of things we say.
Technical.
Oh, you mean we go for we take another call.
I will come back to it.
We get it. Morning. Hello?
Morning time.
Yeah, man. You hearing him? You hearing him speak?
Yes.
Marvin, New York, Maverick.
So, Jamaican Englishman, you're one of the people I'm talking about. Go listen to Maverick. Don't listen to my program. Because it's not for those people who don't think. Sorry, I hate to be rude, but conceptually, you're confused. Okay? I know Jamaica is about 75% black nowadays. It's not. Because they don't count the mixed people. And Jamaica is probably still about 97% black. It's not 75% as they want to quote. And we have people like Kadamarty, who may not look a certain way, but he's probably has black in him someplace. He's not totally Caucasian. I understand what the difference is in persuasion, Englishman. Apparently, you're new to the channel. Don't upset me. Can't break down everything like a bulafuno. Feet.
Marvin from New York. Bless up, my boss.
Bless up,
Respect.
Marvin.
Go on, General. Mr. Speed, morning.
Respect, morning.
Speed, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we play a friendly match against, I will play against Grenada.
Yeah.
Recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that Bolivia, who are also in the qualifiers, they went to play Panama, which topped the group with Suriname.
Mm-hmm.
So we couldn't find a better opponent from Oceania group, New Zealand, Australia, Fiji, somebody from over there, so we can have a little likability where we are going to expect from New Caledonia.
So we had a match lineup with Bolivia, and then
okay.
And then Panama just stepped in and took away the game, right? Because they were able to offer them volleyball stuff. So we were, and at that particular point in time, we would have been able to get some of the overseas players to play in that game. So we thought we'd have carry a semi-strong team to play against Bolivia with some of the players that we were looking at to play in the qualifiers in March, but it just fell through. Again, economics. So I want to explain something to your caller. What you think? Let me ask you back a question. What you think a good coach contribute to the performance of the team? How much percentage?
A good coach?
Yeah.
Marvin?
We are getting
around
now.
70%.
70? No, not so much.
Yeah.
150?
Between 20 and 30.
You serious?
Yeah.
No, man, I'm more than that.
No, man.
More than that.
I'm more than that, man.
No, players.
You said that because you're a coach. No.
All right, people. Before we go further, can you guys segregate whether or not you agree with Rudolph about his percentage contribution to a team in terms of coach? And by the way, Jamaican Englishman, I'm not gonna have the conversation with you because you have no idea what I'm talking about. When Englishman, please understand when you should stop, because the rest of the people in the chat understand what I'm saying. If it's over your head, I can't help you. So, people, what do you think? What percentage do you think that a coach contributes to a team? Rudolph said between 20 and 30. Carla is saying, 50 plus, whatever the number is. What do you guys think? It's way more. So Flo thinks it's more than what Speed said. Interesting. Anybody else have that perspective? I actually think facts and circumstances inform what that may entail. Right? I think what Speed is saying, it's about the players, it's about the players, it's about the players. If you have quality players, you can enhance the program in some way, shape, or form to allow you. But it depends on the team, how much time you have with it. Like Arteta, for example. If you look at Arsenal, and it depends on the team too, because Arteta has totally overturned the Arsenal team. Right? But I don't disagree with Speed about, say, 30. Tuffy said 30 to 35%. Speed said 20 to 30. I would think it's about, think about if you have certain, think about an analogy. If you have a company and you have a manager and the workers, them, whatever discipline, if you have doctors or lawyers or plumber, if the plumber not good, you can't create miracles, but you can do the job or not. Can you do the job well? Then I can guide you. I can coach you. I can lead you. I can manage, right? But you have to know the work. Because I can't do the work for you. The coach can't go there and play for you. The coach can help you to win. The coach can help with structure. The coach can help with direction. The coach can help with strategy. But you got to have the players. No matter how much you want to coach certain players. If they're not good, they're not good. Hey, Chris Smith. Here, Chris, I get it up. People, Chris, don't beat me up tonight. I beat people tonight to beat me up. But Chris, I'll be making the same argument, Chris. Hey, Chris, me I'll give you a hard time, Chris. Go call Maverick, Chris. Call Maverick program. Don't come be cranky. Go call Maverick. Maverick advocates that this man in the world, best thing. And same shouldn't come off the field against Trinidad or a bad play they make and all. Go talk, call Maverick, Chris. Call Maverick. Because when me be CFAS, me decide, I am what? I am divisive. When me say man make 8 passes in a 2 game, 8 passes in a 2 game. You play for 160 minutes. Can get take off for when I game them. He make 8 passes in 2 games. People, if you keep a pass to the ball and you pass it back, it's 8 times it's done. That's about less than 1 minute. Man make 8 passes in a 2 game. But anyway, we digress. Let's go back to the program.
Afraid of the beat.
No. No, you can test it, 'cause it's scientific.
20 to 30%.
Yeah. 20% if it's an individual sport and 30% if it's a team.
So the other 70% is what? Quality of players?
And the players themselves.
And the attitude and professionalism.
And other things, right? Why? By the way, Carla, you know how much percent is talent for success?
By the way, Maverick learned something today. Cause Maverick, no, you have to teach Maverick. Cause Maverick, people who call Maverick program, now teach him nothing. Maverick talk to people who him feel say below him, they now teach him nothing. So he might learn something today.
Me just want to guess.
50?
No, 10%.
A joke.
10%.
Them something we are reading.
No, but you can go.
10% of talent.
Yes.
Nonsense speaker something that's good, man. Nonsense speaker something that's bad. You think
Carla, you say
hold on. But me no business who say them something. They're rubbish, man.
Carla, you say we're like about 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Him didn't know the thing, but it left him.
We get arrogant,
Yeah, it left him. Left him gone far.
If you're going to tell me, say, whatever research you do, and them tell us you have 10% of talent, make you win football games and win tournaments, that person should be locked up, my boss.
You know, eventually, you got to agree with me before the program finish, But me I tell you. So the point is, what I said to you still, Carla, I'm going to make that point first, is that we try to get better games, but the truth is we still wouldn't even get the players that we would want to play in a match.
We don't have no with the FIFA deal.
Right.
That's what the awkward.
So what we did though, we know though that with our new coaching staff and everything, the coaching staff need to practice too. You need to figure out which one of your staff reliable, not biased. You can depend on them to do their part of the job. How efficient they are, all of those things is a part of that 30%, So we
couldn't get a better opponent than Grenada?
No, but there's nobody. We tried. I just tell you, we tried.
Martinique.
Yeah?
We after Martinique.
We asked. No, nobody that. And we asked Suriname.
Yeah, man, a joke thing.
No, just listen, Carla. You ask a question, We also tried to get a game with Suriname. They say, no, it's only two of their players they would have.
And they are playing in the playoffs, right?
Yes, because their players are overseas though. The ones that are going to play overseas. We tried, we really tried, but we start that getting games, and it is better. Now, Martinique is actually a French.
Now, why didn't Speed emphasize to Maverick that he keeps talking about we have the wrong mix of local versus overseas, but Curacao players are overseas. Suriname players are overseas, and I'm sure a lot of Suriname players they are diaspora players who playing for Suriname. They only have 2 players locally. Doesn't mean that some of the local players may not have been playing overseas, but what they're trying to tell you is that a lot of those teams, the Curacao and Suriname teams, are comprised of a lot of Dutch players of Suriname descent or Curacao descent, and the Moran keep running out about too much overseas players.
Like New Caledonia, right? So,
Okay.
just remember
that's a better matchup.
Yeah, just remember that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That was my little 2 cents.
All right, Marvin. Big up yourself, my boss.
Let's
Big
up,
up.
Mr. Speed.
All right.
Oh,
that's it.
respect, thanks.
Come back to this talent thing. What you say about talent?
Yeah.
10% talent. So, all right. So what you're saying it's entitled. Let me see if I can understand.
Me never say if you play the game, you know.
For what?
Me say for success.
10%.
Talent only make up 10%. And you can go research it after the show. And I call her, please research it and call him and tell him. Because me know him not believe. Because he might go tell me about some player with talent, but success and talent. Well, I know. But even you allude to it before, you know.
A talent make them on a you to qualify. For you come, I'm not tell you. When we see them, and the talent me see.
First of
you
all,
could have worked hard till you're green and blue in the face.
First of all,
if you feel ball of them good, no good, you're not going nowhere.
First of all, you just say, without knowing that his coaches make up 70%. So, no a talent alone.
No, man, but we don't know where them data they come from.
No, but you
no, some idiot we have nothing to do. I tell them something.
No.
And them something that turn in an idiot to them.
Like you who don't know nothing and talk like that.
Where is it?
Well, for your time, you say 5 years ago, me have you as the top 5 man at football.
You know, sir, I am a
No. You say 5 years ago. Well, you say 5 years ago. Me have you anything you say in a football.
Me go get back there. Me get right back.
You're not.
Me get back to 5 years ago.
You know, stop me from at that point.
Yeah, go on.
5 years ago, me just say, we're a top 5 man at Jamaica in a football. Not.
Yeah.
You say no?
Remember gone.
About 300 and something.
You know why I say that, right? Because he's now going to say they have all gone to coaching school and they've learned the fundamentals of coaching, and therefore they become much more informed and understand how this process works. That's why. So I say, oh, well, I talk from the sideline and I know nothing, especially strategically about football.
We don't want to waste too much time on a talent, but we have to make a closing argument about it. Who we have the morning? Morning.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's all that matters. Oh, Bello. Morning, Bello.
This is Bello.
Morning, Bello.
Yeah, man. You know when the bright Mr. Mr. Speed is on, I have a comment, no?
Not a problem, Bobo.
Speak of yourself, Mr. Speed.
Respect, Bello.
And congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I stopped using all these notebooks and replaced it with this. Introducing Pocket AI.
And the permanent temporary job. But I think you can make it permanent, but you have to get past a first obstacle of New Caledonia.
Yes.
I'm sure you've done your work on them, and I have also done some work, because I can't talk about Congo until I get past.
I need you to send it to me here. I need you to send what you do on them to me.
Yeah, man. Very athletic.
And like orally say, me understand say there's different facets to this game and you can't learn enough. And so people send your thing, you take it and look.
Studying your opponents, you can't do that too much.
Yeah, right.
No, well. What I
and you might say angles where me never see.
Yeah, right. Correct.
What I know about them, and we have struggled with this, that's why we aren't qualified already. I consider that to be teamwork. And so I don't know how you're going to do it with a limited amount of time with the players, but certainly we have got to be super fit, because we could be looking at 120 minutes of football in order to get to DR Congo.
True.
Right? And so under such, I just want you to be wary of that. And as I said, I will send you my thoughts if you want.
No,
a lot of
welcome
people, if you never play Manning Cup or all of that, right? But I came up in the SDC time, you know. So, but I have studied football. That's what I do, right? And most times I have a curriculum with the rules.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I tell him sleeping, you know. I tell him sleeping and him now believe. Thank you, sir.
But seriously, they are, I think, at rank about third in the Oceanic thing there. And they are not going to be easy because they have this way of defending, in a low block, which frustrates better teams. But being 70th, and although they are 150th, I think we still need to do a lot of work. And there's nothing called soup. I think Oral recognize that now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now you can have soup and kick it over Bello. That's what we did.
No,
if you say that.
No, Oral. Oral, Bello is correct. You see, nowadays, the knowledge is universal. And the fitness, they can acquire it by training. And you play in a moments, and then can be dangerous.
Right. And it's creeping into even our own Manning Cup football.
Yes.
You don't have no team that is guaranteed. Even the seeding now must be hard for ISA.
Hey.
Because you have teams now like a Butnut, Charlimore, all kind of teams that have players that can play this ball.
Bello.
So we have to be very careful.
Bello, what you're doing, you're aiding and abetting Mr. Speed. With
aiding and abetting him?
In a kind of preemptive making excuses. Boss, you have team were better than team and players were better than players. And if you go to our roster, our team player for player better than Caledonia, not Caledonia. There's 4 teams in the group where we played the other day.
Right, so
our team was a better team and higher ranked team. I think we were out coached and the process we were outmanaged dismally in that process. Stop talking about no team no better, no team no. That's a cop out.
I'm going to ask you from an analogical standpoint.
Yes.
How did Liverpool beat Arsenal this season?
Liverpool?
Yeah.
Liverpool? Who we beat them? We beat them on a Slabazar free kick. Wow.
Right.
Right.
Who is the better team?
But there's not a disparity. There's not a huge disparity between them. Hold on, you're talking about the defending champions beating the pretenders, Some people could have argued that it's not like no, Bello. There's not a huge disparity between Liverpool and Arsenal.
As a Gunners fan, I think there's a huge.
No, there's not a huge disparity.
But there's an example though where some winners beat big teams. So
these are what you call upsets in sport, my boss. These are upsets. These are still upsets.
It's an upset.
It's a team we ranked almost twice as much as we ranked in the FIFA ranking.
Isn't it an upset?
If they beat us, if New Caledonia beat us,
we can't look past them,
I agree, Bello. But I am just trying to dispel the notion that things are so equal in football now that anybody can beat anybody on the day. We should not be surprised. We are the wrong mentality, that my boss. If you're better on a team, if you're going to go beat up that team, impose yourself and impose your personality upon the team, and you as the better players, show say you're better players and beat up. So, $9 million we are talking about. We don't get to that yet, my boss. And $9 million we are ramping and not play with, And you're talking about money in the federation.
No. All of what I have just said, you see that as an excuse.
Yes, man. Yeah, man. It's sounding almost. Because Mr. Speed is trending down that direction, Mr. Speed trending down that direction.
Bello, I am not trending down that direction. There's no truth to that.
No, I know that. And the thing about it is that you have been so open and frank with us as the public, right? You are the most open member of the team, of the JFF,
Correct. You're correct about that.
And when you faced disappointments and come and sit down with Oral and explain to us.
True.
Not a lot of people does that.
I agree, man. So that's why we can speak frankly, man.
Never ever mentioned that. Yeah, but you shouldn't mention that we're finding excuses. It's not.
No, they will.
New Caledonia.
So I have to jump in here. Speed is good at managing a very friendly media. Extremely friendly. They are buddy. And when the conversation gets difficult, they can pivot and he can move away from it without incurring the consequences and being uncomfortable in those situations. Because when you laugh these things off, it's a comfortable conversation. Even if it's a difficult conversation, it never gets difficult with Speed on them. When he was interviewed on KLAS by the Dread and others, it was a named host right after the World Cup qualifiers where he should be uncomfortable and he should be squirming. He wasn't squirming because they managed the conversation. When his buddy interviewed him, it was the same thing. Even Maverick interviewed him. Maverick is asking some good questions and some may be uncomfortable, but he made it comfortable to be uncomfortable. He didn't make it truly comfortable and make him squirm. He doesn't go on certain people's program like yours truly, because he will not be a comfortable conversation. Because he's not getting the most incisive, the most inquisitive type, intrusive type questions that basically says, you know what? You failed, and why the hell should you have this job? Don't just throw him something like a softball thing and get us running from. That's not how it works. Is he the most transparent of the JFF personnel? He loves the limelight. Rudolph Speed loves the limelight. When you have an ego like Rudolph, you love the limelight. And he feels like he can manage any situation. But he's selective in what situation he manages. He just is. Bless up Drew Ross. He's selective about what situation he manages, but he likes the limelight. And he believes he's the smartest person on the block. And he believes he can handle the situation. And that's a good attribute to have. But he should also expose himself in an uncomfortable environment to truly prove the quality of his intellect. Otherwise, it's waste. And when you're in an environment where you have failed miserably and you don't feel uncomfortable, not even one time, then something is innately wrong with the process. Something is wrong someplace. If you fail to qualify in what is called a soup group, you failed miserably. You're the chief architect of all of this. You hired a coach, you help recruit a player. Well, no, you don't recruit nobody, because you don't do that. But you're the architect for the whole thing. You're the man out there with your face. You're the technical advisor. You're not the interim coach. And you feel no pressure? You know, squirm one time? Can you imagine if Rudolph was being interviewed by the British press after they failed so miserably? I mean, you should walk away. He should walk away cussing. He shouldn't walk away smiling. There is no way in hell anybody can fail that miserably and just smile out an interview. It should never happen. They should be uncomfortable. Go to look at Pastor Cocklew or Frank and all of them where they've been interviewed when they're failing at Tottenham. Are they walking away smiling when a whole nation depends on them and they fail the nation? Really? What are we doing? Anybody gonna say he's made himself yes, he went out, he want to get the job, so you want to show everybody he's a leader. Great to be a leader, but you failed. Somebody else should get a role. You failed. So I'm confused.
First. No man, the excuses was about Bermuda and not Bermuda, Curacao, my boss.
I mean, AI can now build a website in 90 seconds, while the only AI most people over 40 know is ChatGPT.
There's no excuse to not qualify.
I know when some people hear me talk, they believe I'm having something against Rudolph Speed. I actually respect Rudolph Speed. Rudolph Speed and I had a conversation. We haven't talked in a while. We may never talk again. But as I'm saying, Jamaica, I'm in a cup of my mouth. I must say what's on my mind. I must say what I believe is the right thing to say. And as I said, Jamaica, if you're not a look friend, then you'll be able a chance to speak objectively and independently, and you're not compromised. And a lot of these people are compromised. I'm sorry, but they are. So the public don't get the full transparency. The public don't get objectivity. What the public get is collegiality. What the public get is, you know what? Friend know a friend and links know links, and they might have them nice chat and everybody happy. So when we fail, ain't no pressure. There ain't no pressure. Rudolph ain't got no pressure. If he fail, what happen? You can go back to run the JFF.
From that group, Bello, none.
You know, I remember.
No imaginable excuse.
But me agree with you. But me agree with you. Me never know say that you argue.
Oh, that me argue about.
You never know.
We should. It's true we attack on him alone.
Anyway, Bello, you raise a good point when we want Mr. Speed expound on a bit. The fitness thing. We don't have any more. We have a lot of time to address something like fitness. And the concern is a lot of our players not playing a lot of them clubs. How you going to deal with that?
Exactly. That is why I set out the criteria which you think so stupid. Because now, if you even notice players, I make moves, forget to play. Because I say, hey, you have to have these are my criteria, but I have these conditions. You better be playing. I'm going to tell you what my ideal player should be. If your team play 14 games, I want you to play 7 or more. I tell you all of that.
And you want active players.
Yes.
Players.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
50%, 50%.
Yeah.
50%.
So you see, a player know now that listen, if you want playing at the World Cup squad, you know what you have to do. You have to impress
Get
your coach.
into your club team and play some minutes.
Don't just sit down there.
We can't disagree about that.
That's why the criteria is such a good thing.
All right.
Another quick thing I want to talk to you about before I go. And we can do it up here.
So somebody should ask, I'm serious about this, people. Somebody should ask, because you know part of the criteria is, or the selection is, you're grandfathered in if you are a previous Reggae Boy. So if CFA's not getting on game time, and CFA's not playing on 7 or 14 game, people, and if you play 7 or 14 game, is that you're playing 2 minutes? Because I spend time, I play 1 minute. So saying you play 7 or 14, what does that mean? Because that means you may play 7 times. I could play 1 time in 14 games for 90 minutes, and the person played 10 times for 3 minutes, right? 10 or 14, and they only get 30 minutes and I get 90 minutes. How does that work? That's not really truly balanced. You can decipher that and realize that. Go look at CFA's minute, go look at Dixon minute, go look at Nick. You can't find them. You can't even find them. It's got no minutes. So if those 3 players don't get any game time by now on March, and they not get no game time now, they won't make no 7 or 14. Are you going to still call them? Or that criteria go to the door because you have that other category?
Is the whole business of development. Because I have likened football to track and field. And when you compare the level of coaching in the track and field to the level of coaching in the football, there's a disparity.
Oh, definitely.
I think I mentioned it.
And you don't have to go no further, and that is the reason why we develop the coaching school and we get in there fast.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I heard that Dovey have him A license, I was very, very pleased to hear that a while ago.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, man. So you can get the number from where? All right.
All right.
Yourself,
Respect, Bello.
Yeah, man, thanks.
All right. Since Bello, we want to break. We go for a quick round. Since Bello brought us here, we want to talk a little bit about the 2 teams that are going to play. And how ready you think we are, how equipped we are to deal with those 2 challenges. Big challenges. We go for a quick break on the Sports Explosion. Welcome back to the Sports Explosion. We're live on HEATS 92 FM. It's a Monday morning, and we have one special, we call him co-host / guest in the house this morning, Mr. Rudolph Speed. Stereo King, no Error King, we understand is on the line. So let's go right to the lines immediately. We're getting a lot of questions on my phone for you, Mr. Speed.
Yeah, man.
Somebody said they want to know.
Good morning.
Hold on the Stereo King. Somebody, me just want to tell you, make a pun there. Somebody want to know how come we never hear how much money you paid Mr. McLaren and Mr. Albi. I think we did hear Albi's.
No, that's we
it's
can't.
Confidential.
Yeah, if it's a contract with somebody, we can't talk to people themselves unless them.
And part of it is confidential.
Yeah, it's confidential.
So therefore you can't tell us how much you're getting for the 2 games.
Well, not as much as them.
All right, Star King, you're a witness.
Mr. Chasey, good morning.
Morning.
Mr. Speed.
Yes, sir.
Right, for them say you're late.
Not in the JPL.
From the big up on the cell.
Yes.
Yeah. Big gone fast.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Speed.
Yes, sir.
I remember when Jamaica had a dismal performance in the World Cup.
Right.
I came on the year after. And I said, JFF, run Mr. McLaren and give Mr. Speed here.
Yeah, I think you said that for true.
Yeah. Yes, and Mr. Tracy said, no. Yeah, discombobulated just,
Yeah, we don't want discombobulated just,
I see that. We come full circle. I'm Mr. Speed get work again.
After the fact, no.
But me have a back over that one day. It was correct because when we test the confidence of the players,
I remember
the
that.
players, he still had his dressing room like 90%. The players, so that would be a suicide switch.
So this is why I said to Oram, I only gave Mr. McLaren probably like 10% for not qualifying us for the World Cup. I bought them all like percentage.
You see, come back.
That additional fact. Yeah.
10% of the talent.
Yeah. But what's the thing?
Because
go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Because I remember the players, I remember saying in the car, and head was going to roll, And the ball of them said no.
Yeah, man, I remember saying that to you.
Coach.
So you have had some more blame on them for that.
I'm tell you that them give on the book our players.
And Sarah King, I have said this to Mr. Speaker. When we in at the stadium and watch so much today, because the emotions that run so high and the energy levels is so high, I never realized say as so much clear cut chance the man and get to kill Curacao. I will go home and watch a replay. Despite us not playing the best game, Speedy.
At least 4.
We get 4 clear cut chances to score.
Yes.
3 on the post and 1 from in the 6 yard.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper alone. Yeah.
Jesus have mercy.
Then that's why I get the ball at them ball got blame.
Well, I curse my boss.
Well, I don't even know if I call it. You get the message?
Was strange for those opportunities and score even one. All we wanted was one.
One of them, man.
Out of 4.
We think the Caramanteria one was the easiest one. Some people are saying enough for pressure. But we think Fimo was the easiest one. I'm taking my half of it. Swim to the keeper and I'm in flinch a little bit and buck it on the post. You get it in at the 6 yard, but we just redirect it to the goal, man. You know, take that and even a punch to the side of your head, man.
But
young striker.
Yeah.
Well,
so
one
going forward, I think we want. And next time, we don't want to give a sure for unsure. So shall wrap it up from Trinidad game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the message?
We know we'd have still have to draw here, even if we did win that game. We'd have still have to draw in Jamaica. So it wouldn't be over.
At least we're going to the game.
With an advantage. With an advantage, yeah.
A different mindset.
Yes.
And I think Trinidad was there for the taking. I mean, I tell him earlier, Sir King.
Well, I agree.
They were there for the taking.
Yeah.
And Trinidad basically helped, by having the best player sitting on the bench, As him come on and him score.
The baller will come on, the veteran, yeah. What name? Garcia him name?
No.
What name? The one who score. And the veteran, man. Him the about long time. Yeah, man, I remember him.
Yes. So, I must say fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I hope we get the
somebody pointing out to me, Speedy, so we might have to play Nigeria because of some thing with DRC and Nigeria. Is that legit?
Well, there's a case at FIFA, I understand. Yesterday I was reading it again, or the day before yesterday, that they still have the case in front that DR Congo used 6 players that ineligible to play for them. But you see, I don't know what FIFA is going to rule. The truth is not Nigeria alone can go beat. So what about the team that them beat before?
There you go.
Yeah. So
I think Nigeria are clutching at straws.
So the best thing is that, then just say Jamaica and New Caledonia fight feet.
And the winner that got you.
Yeah.
So
that sound. That sound.
That suit you perfect.
Mr. Speed.
Yeah.
One question to you, the Denzel McKenzie transfer.
You want it.
I realize it blew up the internet. The most expensive player.
Yeah, man, yes. You get a bag of money from Phoenix.
At the business that, transfer player.
Them figures are where you're true.
At the business that.
Sir, can you hear that?
Why did me ask me a question?
I couldn't such man sign that check there. You would have chopped that.
Bad not sign check now. A transfer.
A transfer. The most expensive local transfer.
Yeah.
Why? Will you pull out the one to speed?
Good negotiation.
Right. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Okay. Don't leave it there, sir. DRC, assuming them are going to play, is a tougher cookie. Much tougher cookie than New Caledonia. You do your research on them, you see them. I watched the Nigeria game before even knowing that we would have them to play. I watched that game and I said the team is a good team, solid team, well coached, stubborn defensively and can hurt you. I thought your defensive discipline was the just after watching them, I remember in the game was them biggest strength. I don't know, you've seen them, your thoughts on them.
Yeah, I went and watched them in person.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, they're a very interesting team. Strong in defense, they don't overplay, and they play on the break. So they'll sit back a little and try to get you on the breaks. But as I said before that, we have issues. So if I can just lay the plan, we won't get all our players until the 23rd.
That's at 3 days. We have a game on the 26th and potentially the 31st.
Yeah, because we have some players that is going to be playing on the 22nd.
Oh.
So a few, and some on the 21st. So by the time we get everybody to fly in, I think it's probably going to be the 23rd. So our first session probably is the 24th with everybody. 24th, 25th. So for New Caledonia, we'll probably just have 2 sessions, maybe 3 sessions.
Both games will be in, where is it, Monterrey?
No, Guadalajara.
That's not altitude.
It is a little altitude, but is not high. It's about 2,000 feet, not the 10,000.
You think it's advantage to us to be playing in this region? Or
I think with medical and with the condition in our players, I don't think it should affect us that much.
So in a not negative or positive.
No.
So even
we should be able to manage, So that is gonna happen. But the good thing after that, and we might be prepared, we have to go for 120 minutes, which will depend on what happens.
Possible.
Yeah, because that's gonna be in the rules. So but the next match we get 5 days to prepare. Congo. The truth is most coaches will tell you that them don't lock in what they're going to do until maybe 2 days before the game.
When you see how the players looking at training and that kind of thing. You have an idea of exactly who you want to select and where you want to go.
Me have 34 players that me really
shortlist already.
Yeah, when me say them players I look like me I'll work with some of them. Of course, there's still room for others there.
How different the squad will look from the squad that played the Curacao game? You don't have to give us numbers, but give us an idea.
It will be somewhat different. I mean, look, you know, if you're in a ship and the ship bomb up, you know, man of a John.
Yeah, but you don't have no time to do a lot of.
No. You're John.
Yeah. But some people are going to John.
Yeah.
I can't leave it. We go back to the.
So, people, I have been saying that for the longest. The people that you had before failure. Nobody do not have any monopoly on a position. They can't say nothing if they get dropped. And Rudolph saying a few positions, I would assume he's bringing in some new people or reset the squad because a lot of people who were playing before are not playing any football based on his criteria. So I'll be flabbergasted, I'll be disappointed, and I'll be shocked if you just keep recycling the same people then. We'll try bringing some new people. Now, I expect some more new people to come in, but my understanding more recently is that so then people may expect to come, now they'll come. So don't know what's going to happen.
Pioneer, check it, morning.
Check it.
Yeah, man.
I go on the brother. Big up, Mr. Speedy.
Up and running, yeah.
Yeah, man, big up.
Speedy, as I make a declaration. Before Mr. Speed came into the JFF, he was on the outside. I was one of the voices then. Probably one of the loudest voices I advocate for him. Saying for be a part of the process. Since he has been there, some other things that when Speedy do and similar like them. Saying but like some Mr. Speed turn up this morning for basking at the glory of the under-17 qualifier. See? And with that in mind, I will say congratulations to the youngsters, congratulations to the coaching staff, and congratulations to the JFF. Seeing what I think that equally Mr. Speed, seeing as much as you are here to take some of the credit for the
That's not what he's here for.
I wasn't here for that.
That's not what he's here for.
Yeah, I wasn't here for that.
And me just bring up that. He's coming. He had committed to come here before the team qualified.
Yeah.
Just that him couldn't get the time.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, man.
But getting to a critical point on one system. Mr. Speed, I think some more than anybody else, you have had a hand in the qualification from your position as technical, as head of the technical committee, which is responsible for hiring the coaches. And we have hired coaches for the position. To the point now that you are now the head coach. And I wish you all the best and the success with the team going forward for these 2 games we have. But I'm going to ask him, Mr. Speed, based on my previous statement that you are the man who I think has had the biggest hand in a disqualification process. If failure is the end result, I think there's a lot for you to be held account for. You agree with me?
Hey, and I'm not a one to run from responsibility. Never have, never will.
All right.
Before we go further, I want to understand this. So Rudolph is agreeing and Pioneer is saying, given the substantial role that Rudolph played in this entire failed qualification process, and Rudolph is saying he's accountable and he's responsible. So I'm not sure where this is going. I'm going to ask the question. How has Rudolph, what consequence has he suffered from failing apart from maybe an egg on his face? What has he suffered in any way, shape, or form? Has he lost head of technical chair committee? To me, he's been rewarded for failure. He hasn't felt any sort of punishment. any sort of repercussions from his failure.
Me I left it right there, saying anything else on this.
You never want it. You never
games we have. Saying, but me I ask him is a speed. Based on my previous statement that you are the man who I think has had the biggest hand saying in a disqualification process. If failure is the end result, I think there's a lot for you to be held account for. You agree with me?
Hey, and I'm not a one to run from responsibility. Never have, never will.
All right. Me I left it right there, saying. Saying anything else on this.
You never want him expound on that a bit, Pioneer. What you asking for?
Well, all right. You see, because the process hasn't come to fruition yet. All right. All right.
You're prepared.
Pioneer, you notice the job, you take it till the end of March. You know what that means?
We lose our job. We lose our job.
No, the match me take the job is till the end of March. So you think if me no perform, there's gonna be a review on my performance. Now the problem with you is that you think that you must do the review.
Not necessarily. No, I never said that.
So what if you qualify the team?
No, I don't know. The board will decide if I'm the one who carry the team.
If you qualify the team,
yes. But I'm just focused on trying to do that.
Speed. Sports is orally, me and you agree with this 100%. Sports is a result-oriented business. So some things, Reggie, I will be the one on the radio and not the tambourine and I ring the bell for you if you get qualified. If you qualify the team.
You know my record. But it's a results man.
Good.
I understand you.
Equally. Yeah. If the team fails to qualify, then, and as I say, I think you have been the man who have had the biggest hand saying in this whole qualification process. Saying, well, and I think this is only about your job as head coach. I think they should have some bearing on your position as head of the technical committee.
As I said to you, I am not the head of the technical committee now, it's Brian Watson.
Yeah.
Right.
Brian Watson, the head of the technical committee now?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I didn't
I know you're talking because
But that's not the point, people. So Rudolph does his normal bullshit deflection. The question is asking Rudolph, would you lead the JFF if you lose against New Caledonia or Congo? That's the question he's asking. That's the question you need to answer. You're playing games here. If I take him to the World Cup, I should take him to the World Cup. Does you mean your coach afterwards? Or if I step down, does whoever in charge of the JFF committee, do they stay in that role or do I assume my role? What role are you playing, Rudolph, if we don't qualify? That should be the question. You do your normal jumping around thing as you normally do.
But isn't that temporary as well? Is that temporary as well?
No, he is.
At the moment?
Yes.
Okay, so when you took the job as the head coach, you stepped away from the job as head of the technical
and
committee.
As a director, yes.
All right. As I said, Speedy, as a man, and may I say this as a man who, as I said, before now, has been champion the car, so you'll be a part of it. But equally, in a life and in a sports, I believe that.
You see, because you're trying to judge me alone.
Business.
You're trying to judge me alone and only what the national senior men's team do. So let me just explain to you as a chair technical committee what I do. The coaching education, which we now have like nearly 20 A license coach and one of the pro license and 100 B license and 300 C license and 1,500 D license. That's come from our committee, the National Academy that developed this team that qualified for the Under-17 World Cup. That's come from our thing. Club licensing, revamp a Premier League, Women's Premier League, the Tier 2. All of those come from a technical committee. So you're trying to judge the committee.
So Rudolph is saying, people, if I know Rudolph, he's saying that comes from me. Because he's the technical committee. People, please understand how Rudolph communicates. If you're not hearing what Rudolph is saying. Rudolph is saying, the reason I got the interim coach, because people in JFF knows my role and responsibility what I do. I run this thing. Anything that comes out of Jamaica football that may seem to be good, I own it. So when you guys judge me based on this one bad thing that materialized because I didn't fail all the youth to qualify for, even take responsibility when under 20 get 15 love now. That'll come from him, a year and a half ago now. That'll come from him. All the good things that happen come from me. But if things go bad, it's not me. When they go good, it's me. Now, this bad thing is very prominent in our faces, so we see it. And I said this before when Dennis Strong was here. The JFF go hide when under 20 get 15 love in a year and a half ago. But now we are hearing all these good things, and they make World Cup, it come from me. When they fail, it didn't come from you. We have to be balanced and how we see these things. Yes, you should be lauded and commended when you do good things. You should be lauded. You should get your flowers. We do bad things, you shouldn't be rewarded.
And myself on one aspect of the game when you're not looking at it.
I think this is the biggest aspect.
For you, because you because
agree, yes, sir.
No man, it automatically is
no,
Mr. Speed.
yeah, but hold on. No. You know the plan where we have
highest profile thing.
No, hold on. You know the plan we have for a technical committee is for us to qualify for every World Cup going in the future. So we have to build the infrastructure for that. Now you can't tell me that. Me I tell you what our plan is. So you can decide if you want it. Because 1998 we go World Cup and we not go back. Why? Because we not build out the structures them. So our thing was to build out the structures.
Because the hardest one we qualify for.
What?
It is senior men's and the hardest.
No, but once we start qualify for 17 and 20, we qualify for senior all the time. No, but no, that's what other countries do. That's what other countries do.
Qualify for 17.
That's the foundation.
Yeah, foundation we are do. So you can so that's why I said to you, you know, yeah, me respect your opinion, but guess what? When Grace Kennedy and those people are run business, and not because you know like they make you fire the CEO, you personally, there's a review board where decide where the company going the same thing that JFF. So when come March and the board said they don't want me again or they want me, whatever happen, make it happen.
All right, leave it as a pioneer.
Again, Mr. Speed, I'm going to say sports is a results business.
And I'm not a results person.
More than probably any other business, sports is a results.
He's aware, man. He's aware.
All right,
very aware.
Big up.
Something I have to ask you, Speedy. You've long had a kind of adversarial relationship with the players because of your position, your other position with the JFF. Now you're going to be the man in the technical area, interacting and expecting to get the best by and large out of them same player. How you going to maneuver them waters?
But that is a myth. You guys make
it up. It's a myth?
Yeah.
You serious?
Yes, you guys make it up. Well, me and first of all, you see, I never used to even go to games, right?
You serious?
Yes. I never even used to go watch them play, right? I watch them from afar, right? So my relationship with players was there was one case where I negotiated the contract and everybody left the negotiation happy, right? This other one, this second one, they even get more money. Why would they have an issue with me? They get even more money.
Oh yes, the incentive package.
Yeah, then get.
I did something on my YouTube channel about incentive package. Somebody told me that there was a package in place.
Yes, better than the last package.
You serious?
Yes. So why would they be upset with me? Right? And I never used to go to games until this qualifier when we became the advisor.
So you have a good relationship with the players?
Yes, it's a myth.
Or you just have a professional
relationship.
So you wouldn't say it's a good relationship?
No, I never try to friend them up or anything because I am not trying to step on the code.
I am surprised. I didn't know he had a relationship at all. The only one I know about was one that wasn't too happy. He has a professional relationship. Does that mean they have no relationship? I mean, what relationship? How come I've never heard about this relationship? When I have been to games, the president is there, the GenSec is there, the managers. I've never seen Speed any place to have any relationship with anybody. Speed don't travel with the team. When he started, maybe when he became the technical advisor, but I didn't hear it. I'm confused. Excuse me, people. I'm just confused when I hear these things.
Which is who's in charge, authority.
But you are the man in charge now.
Yes, but the point I'm making with this adversarial relationship is not true.
It's not true?
No.
So all them time they went, all right, if you
no, but why you call it? You mean like me and them a quarrel?
Remember when there were issues about remuneration and that kind of thing?
No, me and no players ever exchange one angry word.
Never. All right.
Never.
So you were not the representative who used to interact with them when it comes to those issues?
When you are negotiating, 3 people come in front of you and not the whole team.
Including you?
Yes, but it's 3 players.
Okay.
Right? Okay. And so low, him not pass me nowhere and yell me up and the captain and I don't know where they get it from.
All right. But we're happy to hear this, you know. We're happy to hear this. I'm glad I asked you. We have another one. All right. Morning. Morning, Gregory. Morning.
Morning, Coral.
Morning, my boss. What's up?
Morning, Mr. Speed.
Morning, sir.
Right now, I'm not no big football expert, you know, but a long time, I watch the football, that's what I mean.
My first World Cup I watched in 1986. Proper.
But there was no World Cup night. Which one of them? Senior World Cup?
No, man, I talk about Diego Maradona World Cup, man.
Oh, 86, yeah.
You don't know World Cup that you watch, man?
You know more than oral there, man, so go ahead.
I remember 82 too, but vaguely. You understand? So what you know? So, me is a referee up in North Carolina. You understand me? Me is a way they call grassroots, and every now and then we go regional referee. Depends on my fitness. There, you know? So watch me now. So my son usually play for brother named Andre 41. You never know him. He's a Trinidadian youth.
That's before the game, people.
The fortune name.
Before the game he's talking about.
His son live in Trinidad.
Okay.
So my son is a player for him, you know? And when we go down there, we see them have one youth. Like a JJ Okacha.
Where, don't I Trinidad?
No, man, that's in North Carolina.
Okay.
Full of talent.
Trinidad coach. Where I say, man, like a JJ. I say, want to get that youth from? And I say, boy, come from, you know.
Okay. You play for the national team?
No.
Okay.
Okay, it look like, say, boy, based on all the things said, none of them come as refugee. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But me just give that to tell you, say, not take the Congo them simple.
You can't take them simple.
Them.
They rank higher than we, you know, you can't take them simple.
Yeah, right.
A higher rank team than we.
One next thing again, what may I say is this. Last speed.
You
know, so the D Cup and the Manning Cup now got enough to develop the youth them to the right level.
But that's not our aim.
In my opinion.
That's not our aim.
You know, man.
Right.
Carolina boss, I know that I develop football again, man.
Me know, man.
You look like you leave Jamaica too long, man. A whole plethora of academies out there develop the youth them now, man.
And we have elite youth competitions now, and we have a national academy. Yeah, man. We now
D Cup and
But what we do with D Cup and Manning Cup, do I say? Just give you some knowledge. What we do with that, we are raise the level of the coaching. So now you have to have a C license designate, and pretty soon it will be a B license.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know certain things are going, but some of the listeners out there feel that those D Cup and Manning Cup are the thing, like traditionally.
No, man, we're going past that.
We're going past that, man.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Because I said it to say that. It's like when I Saturday morning or a Sunday when we get my assignment them to go ref games. We got one venue, me and my referee crew, 3 a week. And we're gonna have probably 6 games for the day.
Yeah.
Starting from like say 8 o'clock until about say 5 o'clock.
And these are mostly academies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I would have pulled up, I try to put in a Jamaican context now. That I'm going to put a job at, you know, in the oral. I always say, boy, some places are a white elephant. Like, for example, the Trelawney and the Sligoville.
Now you have a job at me, they know what you want to go down and look on them. Stand you, my boss. I go past for them, they know my boss, man.
Well, no, man. Tell you, say, them places they need to fix up to our levels.
Yeah.
And then now, when we arrange, we use competitions them, we are going to bust them. That some of them places, to utilize some of them.
That now got me, Carla. Because let me tell you something. Me ask the government already if give me Sligoville. And if they would give me, it would have been a pristine condition now. And then said no, but it just sit there. So is the whole, or we think about the thing. The JFF asked the government to give us the one on Trelawney. Imagine if they gave it to us. So, you know, we now have to think about building what is here already with money what we don't have. So it's the whole idea of how you approach it. And I think we need to have a consensus on it, because even the clubs that you say playing football and these places, they don't own them, you know. I don't even think some of them have good leases. So you want the clubs to invest more in them when they don't own them. There's no club in Jamaica who own them, the place where they play, you know. Not one.
Right, so we get shot down foot.
Yeah. All right, now Carolina boss. Go on.
Yeah, man.
Go on, take some more. I want
use up some venues, man.
All right.
Respect.
All right. You ever hear about a coach named Patrick Jackie Walters?
Yes.
You know Jackie Walters?
Very well.
All right. He sent something to me. I'm going to have to qualify it before we read it. And who sent it to me? Studies on the impact of soccer coaches on team success suggest they account for roughly 20 to 30% of the variation in team performance. Listen to this part now. While player talent is the primary driver of success, often cited around 65 to 70%, a coach's influence is considered vital for determining the tactical model, in-game adjustment, and team motivation. You hear that?
Is three things him comment on?
Eh? No, him just said when we read that.
No, me ask if 3 things you comment on are 2.
2 things.
And get 50%. Let me move on.
This says 65 to 7 player talent, my boss.
No. Him get. You hear me say? Look here now. You hear me say?
Patrick Jackie Walters is a master, you know.
Me know Jackie Walters.
You know the business, you know.
Look here. Me know better than you. Look here. When me I said to you, we say, me never say playing football, you know. Me say success.
You know where you get that.
No, well I know.
You know where you get that data there. That 10% of the talent.
Just listen now. Me say success. Me never say play football, you know.
Yeah.
Success.
After the playoffs, me and you don't have that.
By the way, how much people usually successful in football? Of all the people who play the game, how much people have
huge
success?
Minority, man.
Exactly.
Huge minority.
Exactly.
Maybe we are at this. Maybe we are debate 2 different.
I think Speed like to confuse arguments with these very subtleties to differentiate his intellect. What they're talking about in terms of success is outcome on the field. If you have 2 teams and you're going to play a game, and in terms of the talent of the team and the coaching of the team, and say the teams are equal, and that's 70%, they have 70% even, I can't differentiate them, then the coaching will differentiate that talent is 20 to 30%. Rudolph is being cute with this. He's talking about success. He's talking about playing football. When you're conflating things and confusing them, you can confuse people. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Because when we say talent and its relation to success, we are talking about if me have a talented team, like a super talented team, like
Brazil 82 team.
Yes. See,
was it successful?
No, but that's an anomaly. Most teams that are that successful, my boss, win. And the team.
So here's where you confuse things again, people. Brazil 82 team was a successful team, but they didn't win the World Cup. How do you define success? Is success mean I have to win? Because they run to Paolo Rossi team, who Rossi got crazy doing 82 World Cup and win. It was a brilliant team with Zico and Socrates and all of them. They were a successful football team. They just failed in a knockout tournament, people. There's a big difference. How do you define success? We're conflating things here all over the place. Because I didn't win a tournament means I wasn't successful? Really? Wow. It depends on how you want to define success. Doesn't mean you're going to always have the right outcome. You could have the best team and something happen. Man City play Tottenham every single year and can't beat them. Even Tottenham can't play football. Them still have beat Man City. Them draw with Man City a couple of weeks ago when they were getting killed. We are conflating things and we act so cute about who is the smartest when he knows exactly what we're talking about in terms of coaching acumen and ability and talent.
Teams like, let me see if we can think about a team when less talented and win now. You can't find them teams that win very often. Most of the teams that win are talented teams, Speed. More talent than the rest of the team when them beat. Anyway, we don't waste the time.
And that's a fact. That's a fact.
Who will be same one to break? When we come back, I need to ask you about one of our most talented players, Leon Bailey. And what you going to do if get Leon Bailey to play some football for Jamaica? Because I know we need him, you know. We go for a quick break and come back.
So I'm gonna comment on Bailey. You guys don't give me a hard time. I'm gonna get beaten after this show, you know. I was watching Bailey play for Aston Villa the other day. You know the game where they got the red card, the goalkeeper was so stupid and got the red card, and Bailey had to get substituted. And I said to my nephew came to watch it with me, and I said, look, Bailey make another mistake. And he's like, Uncle, you don't like Bailey, do you? Just like a lot of you guys in the chat. And I said, no, but he's not playing well. And then he watched Bailey for about 20 minutes, and he's like, oh damn, you're right. He's oh my, I can't watch him anymore. And I was like, not trying to beat the player, but he was the worst player on the field. And when the keeper got the red card, What's the name of the kid who used to play for Liverpool? He was commentating. Damn, I know his name slipped me. The commentator basically said, well, they got to remove a player. And he just said Leon Bailey. He didn't even hesitate. He didn't think about who should be substituted. He didn't think about any other player. He just said Leon Bailey right away. Right? He said Leon Bailey. Because he was playing that poorly. You guys may not agree with me. He was playing that poorly. I was scared for him to touch the ball. I was hoping the ball would go on the other side from him. Because he did. And now I understand why he got sent to Roma and Roma sent him back. He played well in his second year in English football. He's been having a nightmare ever since. He just don't look he doesn't look in sync at all. He just looks way off the pace. So those people say he's the best forward. Right now, I take Tyrese Campbell over Bailey. Seriously.
We're going to put it at 2 games. I came here one man and said to the audience, some people that misunderstand it, said these 2 games, because of the magnitude and the stage on which they will be played, etc. Our senior professionals will be key to getting us across the line. If we're going to get across the line. Leon Bailey are one of our most senior professionals. Tried and proven talent at a level of football where Jamaicans will generally excel. What is it that has caused Leon Bailey to underperform so much for Jamaica? And where you going to feel light and fire under Bailey? Feet to get him to be Leon Bailey for Jamaica. At least not them 2 games.
Oh, I am answer that. That's a loaded question.
It's always difficult to single out a player like that because I really don't know what his instructions were when he was playing for the other coaches because I'm not that heavily, you know. Yeah, we all know how talented he is. The numbers just don't add up in a lot of cases, though, for Jamaica. But you know, I hear people talk all the time. You know, you need to get the players them to run through the walls for the coach and all of that. But in this modern world, that's a distant view.
You think so, Speed?
Yeah,
you think it still applies? Man?
No, it come about 5th or 6th though. So let me tell you what.
And the same database will tell us.
No, it's training, knowledge, science. I mean, oral.
We disagree fundamentally with that.
There's no reason.
That is an intangible way.
No.
You can't Google and get it in.
Well, let me explain.
It man when if you broke them neck for your team.
Let me explain.
All right.
So you're talking about probably motivation, right?
Yes.
The greatest motivation is can't be me because if they name you the coach, they would have to come play for you too, right? So and if they name Pep, they would have to play for Pep. So the truth is, there's more things that the players need than me, the coach. So like for one, I can tell us there's 3 set of people that need things from this qualification, right? The JFF, the players, and the spectators, and the people who follow. Trust me,
But it's not the JFF and the spectators that on the field, Speedy.
No, but
and the players them out there.
But let me explain.
And you have to motivate the players, brother.
So what I know? The
players. Remember, some of them are rich already.
I never say me now. Just listen to me. I'm saying.
You need to carry them down at Westmoreland and show them when the hurricane do down there. And look on them people down here, so them would not play for my boss.
So
you need me to come talk to you.
Whenever carry the under 17 go down there. But whenever carry the under 17, I'm just saying to you, the first thing when you call up a player for play for your national team, he must want to play for the country. That's the first thing he must have in his mind. He must want to play for the country. Not play, right? The second thing, he's thinking that, listen, I playing for my country. My personal objectives is recognition. I want to play in the World Cup. Somebody like him say, I want to play for my country first. I want to play in the World Cup second. I want the personal recognition and satisfaction for me, my friend, and my family. Plus, there's the money side of it. I can get a better contract for myself. I can get if I got a World Cup, I can negotiate better with my club. I can get a new job, more expensive. These are 4 things that I think more important to him than me. Me come 5th. Right? The difference though, hold on. Me have my things that I want to achieve, you know. Right? You say as a coach, I want to go to the World Cup. I one of the first one. I want to coach my national team. Those are things where you know, guess or no? The JFF want the money, me want the money, because I get a bonus if me go.
Yeah.
So you see what is happening now? Now we have goal congruence. That is the most important thing, and that is my job.
What's that? Expound on that a bit.
Me and them, although we might have them in a different order, because you have the same thing, you know. You want Jamaica to World Cup, you want to feel proud, you want to get...
Like how you want to feel like how we feel when we see them at 17
So all three of us have goal congruence now. So now, my job is to make sure that they are aware of where they want to achieve, where me want to achieve, and where the national team and the JFF want to achieve. My job is to bring all of them together like this, so everybody achieve what they want set out to do.
Your job is multifaceted. It's a whole part of things you have to do, no speed.
Yeah, but me know.
Remember, say you have to deal with the thing tactically too. You know?
Yes, but yes.
You have to manage the process, you know.
Yes.
But I put it to you, my boss. Obviously, you have coaches that are more motivators than tacticians, you know. I don't know if you're a database where you rely upon so much.
No, my training.
You have coaches.
Database, my training.
Yeah, you're training.
My training.
I don't know what I'm telling you.
No. My training is football. That's a mistake we make. We have other training.
Psychology.
To understand how people think and how you get them to perform at their best.
And you don't go out to deliberately try to motivate them to get them to perform at their best.
That's a part of it. But
isn't that a big part of it?
Yes, but trust me. You see, when somebody want to do something, that's better than you motivate them.
No, but all right, Speed, if you find the people who inherently want to do the thing and want to achieve the thing, you know.
Those I want to look for.
Then your motivational work will be less.
Yes, and those I want to look for. So, I try to make you understand.
It start from your selection then.
Yes. The people them who want to play for their country. Right. Yeah. That's
all
it.
right. We have another call online. Morning. Hello? God?
So not a man who want to come here for a party. Not a man who want to come here for sleep, go to the hotel, go joke. And all them things. No, me don't want you.
Right. Yeah.
But also, I want a man who is good enough impressing coach for trust him. Because remember people say the Jamaican coaches they're not good, or the foreign coaches they're not good. Now if a foreign coach don't trust you, why me should I trust you? Yes, and so the selection is so key as who come.
You have one-on-one with the players?
You mean call them now?
Conversation.
No.
Since you've got the job.
I spoke to some players. Yeah, not all.
Players that you consider keep
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because me and you sit down here and no coach who call players. And what players are a type of human being. Once you start talking to them on a level, them feel that them game secured.
No, man.
No, hold on. No, but the history.
Well, everybody's standing.
Hold on. Don't say that. Don't say that. I know a coach who call up a.
We are in the middle of February, and he's saying he's started some players. Yes, there are some players in the team now who are playing locally, like a low played, all the local players who are in the national team. Some of them may be part of that whole mix. What players does he talk to? Does he talk to any of the overseas players? Does he talk to any diaspora players? We're not hearing that. And what's this thing about I can't talk to them because they're going to show their game is, why haven't you call a Zoom call with all the players to set some ground level expectation? Why isn't that happening? We're going to talk to them next month when you got to pick them up on the 20-something before the game and you only have a couple of days with them. Why is the process start now? The Italian coach basically said, he's going to go around the world and talk to all the players that part of the Italian squad. Let me say that again. Gattuso, who is the Italian coach, go read what he said online. He's going to go around the world. He's going to go physically, go meet with a bunch of the players before they play off. I think they're playing who? Northern Ireland? He's going to meet with them individually, one-on-one, wherever them there. They not to come see him. They not to call him. He's going to meet them, go talk to them. And we're saying we're not even talking to the players. I guess some people are just who they are.
Particular player, go sit down there in the living room and talk to him. And then what happened? The coach try to discipline him after that, and it become an issue, right? And then people have coaches.
What kind of fool example that? Man, how can I idiot example that? Someone got talk to some little player who probably like to in the living room. What kind of, you go by national read and see them thing there? People, I keep telling you guys, there's levels to this thing. Levels. That kind of example, Speed, you should have to take it back. You embarrass yourself, Speed, them example. Then. You embarrass yourself. Seriously.
The coaches, when they say, and they say, but you, and them are players that say, me now come unless you guarantee me say me I go play. That happen now, you know. Yes.
A man will say me now come and listen. Then that the man in no business on my squad.
Yes, but coach.
The man in no business on my squad.
But it happened now.
A personal thing in the pan.
Yes.
Right. We have another caller. We have a call online. Interesting.
You never heard of that?
Eh? Craig from Houston.
Blessed morning.
I have.
Great.
Craig from, I understand you.
So those people in the chat say, talk about Bailey, you can't mix it up. Because Bailey never come last window, and there were 3 players in club. So no stop say Bailey you talk about. You know, I was speak to that. Speak to make a general statement about people. The last time, Bailey never in on club. Bailey wasn't here to be playing. There were 3 players, locally born players, who were in strip club. That wasn't Bailey. So no stop say speak to talk about Bailey. Can't make them commit to people. I'm not going to agree with that one day. Man, just throw it same one people committed.
Yes, Craig, your time.
Yeah, Mr. Speed, blessed morning.
Morning, blessed.
Yeah, man. So, listen, no, Mr. Speed. I have a observation and I have a question. So, I'm going to make it quick so that somebody else can get a chance. But let me take the observation first. I've been watching Jamaica for years now, Mr. Speed. And for some reason, every match when I watch, it's hard for say us doing the basics in a football. The basic triangle pass. When a man pass the ball against somebody, him go and make sure say him provide, assistance for that person who get the ball. Like him have 2 passes at least and stuff like that. You mentioned that you have about 3 days before this tournament are gonna take place. What are you gonna do to make sure say we have an identity in playing? Are you concerned? Do you have any concern about how we've been playing football? Because to me, I've been pretty much kicking the ball all the way down the field most of the times, bypassing midfield, all of that kind of stuff. Everybody who will play apparently look better than we, even when we win the games. So, do you have a concern about that? Do you share the similar concern that I'm seeing?
Good question,
So it takes countries years to develop a particular way of playing. If you look at the Spanish model or the German model, but it also means that all the coaches have to get a certain type of training. So, as I said before, our coaching education school is like 3-4 years old. We get in there in terms of.
Hi, I'm Zach Cass, the former head of go-to-market at OpenAI, and welcome to my course on AI for Business.
Getting the coach to have the same understanding of how we play as a team. So these are more a long-term project, right? Mm-hmm. Short-term, I'm just concerned with winning 2 games by using the method or the tactic that we believe will be more effective against both opposition that we're going to be playing against at this particular time. So this is not a development tournament. It's a win or go home tournament. So once we analyze the team, we decide which tactics work best and we try to exploit that.
In fairness, Craig, as him said, in first training session probably going to be 2 days before the first game. Hardly think him out correct. Hardly think him out correct that issue there in 2 training sessions.
No, but watch this now, Maverick. Watch and Mr. Speed. These are professional players. Yeah. And the things that when I talk about, some of them are basic.
Basic. Pass and move.
And I like say, and I like train a teach them how to play football or control or not like that or whatever. So I just want to know if you have like a 10-point thing, Mr. Speedway, you sit down and say, this wasn't been happening, but these are how we can correct some of them things. Because I naturally watch people just pass the ball and not even go assist the man who them pass the ball to. After them pass the ball, it's like a walk. Right. And I wonder why simple things like these can't be corrected.
So, me just, me don't want to say this to you, but look here, nowadays, man.
Say what you say, man. We're good, man.
Nowadays, man, I set up box instead of triangle. So you get 2 triangle in each box, right? So the passing sequence are going to right? So don't be like, oh, I'm going to know about triangles. Now we have box, right? All right, cool. So that's a one. But when I said to you, we say, yes, you're right. All of these modern players are trained to play in at the moments, right? And trained to play with different tactics. I believe that they have the capability to do it. So it's just a matter how you set them. So for instance, when we play, and we drop somebody in the middle of the park, if you notice the teams where one of them come in front of us, say the center forward, and him just wait till we pass to one side and him press to that side. So now, when him pressing, instead of pass out, we just go long. So all of that with the setup, how you set up, to play out of the back and how to play forward. It's very important how the team play. So me aware of that.
And if you have a good outlet, long
so
can
aware of that.
Long can be an option, you know, if you have an outlet like Ronaldo Cephas.
Yeah, if you know somebody who's gonna win the one-on-one and you move the ball and wait to pass it to that person and it's a one-on-one upfield, it's fine. If you look on the Arsenal,
hey, if anybody thinks that Cephas a Maverick's son, you know, are him everything the man talk about Cephas, you know. We tried that against Cephas in the last game, and people we kick about 50 ball over there, and none of reach. Kick and run thing, none of reach. And I talk about everything he says Cephas.
They play now, they don't overplay. So be careful about this possession too, because them just want 49%, 50%, 48% of the ball. They don't overplay. A lot of teams not overplaying anymore. So that's a modern trend. So it depends on who you're playing.
But when you need to keep, I think Craig talk like when let us say we want to keep control of a game. Like we are lead a game and we want to control the game. We seem not to have the ability to keep possession.
No, but you can control the game by giving them the ball too. Suppose them not good at keeping the ball. Once you have to learn to play without the ball. It's the game. You play with the ball or without the ball. So
what is Rudolph Speed talking about? What is Rudolph Speed talking about? I ask each of you people, in today's contemporary football, don't most people try to keep the ball? What Speed that talk about? You can control the game without the ball. You can control the game without the ball? Or you control the game because you can set up in a low block or mid block. Or you control the game. You don't control the game. You don't have the ball to control nothing. Man, you learn too much nonsense, man. You talk about your control, you know, if you have the ball. You will kick the ball out of your opponent and then get the ball out of them and you can control the game.
The truth is, controlling a game is really a control of space or a control of... So there's a whole lot of things to it. But I'm just saying to you that whatever you say, it always have to do with...
Everything him learn in a coaching school, him come in a practical environment, I want to tell you, and when you watch the game then, when you understand the football, when you read, it don't make no sense per se. Everything you take theoretical and try to apply it practically, it don't always work. People, when you go to school, when you go to college and you learn, go accounting, whatever you want to, spell you could learn, you go in a real environment, things are never the same. Things change. You have to adapt. Everybody in football try to keep the football. Everybody me know try to keep the football. Me no know nobody want to keep the football. The only teams that keep the football most times is the inferior team. Let me say this again. In most football games, the team that don't keep the football is normally the inferior team. Who want to play football and another football? No fun don't play football. Who want to play football and another football, people? You get the opponent the football and you're still going to watch them play? Can you score without the ball? Isn't the objective to score?
How you set up and how you really want to play. And we have some ideas how we can play different and you're going to see difference.
Right.
Okay, well, I look forward to it and wish you the best, Bridget. But listen now, the last thing, big man, and there's been a long-standing run about conflict of interest where you are concerned. Me personally, where conflict of interest is concerned, have a different view because when I studied conflict of interest, there was always the exception aspect of it. That a lot of people who come on and talk about conflict of interest, Mr. Speed, conflict of interest, and Mr. Speed, conflict of interest, never looked at the exception aspect of it. You were never, nobody can point to you putting 5 or 6 players in the national team because you are Coach Cavaliers and stuff like that. So there's no evidence is there that you actually use the conflict of interest to put players in the team and stuff like that. My problem with you though is, big man, Richard King.
One team.
May I ask you now as a person, was it because of the fear of conflict of interest?
Why it takes so long to get
why King takes so long to get a look in on the national side?
You know a funny thing, you know who pick him first at top of everybody say me and top on agree now. Top of pick him first now. It was coaches afterwards when them say me employ drop King out of the team, you know.
Yeah. And that be use and push back
to
them every time.
Coaches when they say me
employ.
Maybe I should finish the program tonight. FIFA. This is Craig from Houston, the person who came on and criticized me when I went on the Maverick program previously a while ago and was talking about, what was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about actually, but he came on talking about he does accounts and he did accounts in school and accounts is this and that. And then he came back and said he studied conflict of interest. And therefore, because there's no empirical evidence to substantiate that Rudolph has mandated or put players in the national team, then that doesn't make any sense. Craig from Houston, let's get back to you. You have no goddamn idea what you're talking about. Stop talking about things you have no idea about. You can come on my program and challenge me. My number is here, Craig from Houston. Never sure. Come call me about conflict of interest. You have no idea what conflict of interest mean, what it entails, how it works, how it's mitigated, how it's managed. You come and espouse the view as if you're authority on certain subject, and you're not. You're not an authority. You have no idea what you're talking about. So you have no evidence, you have no factual evidence to say Speed hasn't pushed Busy Atkins or King in the national team. Now I have some information that I won't divulge about certain things. Because Rudolph came and said, Tapa put him in the team, and the other coach didn't want to play him, and blah, blah, blah. The question should have been asked of Speed is this. Have you ever pushed for them to be in the team? And why is it that Hogrimson, or the coach before him, but McLaren seemed to acquiesce, and McLaren put Busy Atkins in the team, McLaren put King in the team, but Hogrimson thought he wasn't good enough. Did you push McLaren to do it? To put both of them in? You put Busy Atkins in, when we went to the tournament with two midfielder, Busy Atkins play midfield and look last. All of a sudden they get a new team in McLaren, but they couldn't get in with Hogrimson. Because Hogrimson was not a yes man. Hogrimson pick who he saw based. Doesn't mean that King wasn't good enough or anybody wasn't good enough. But you couldn't tell Hogrimson what to do, and you come on here tonight and talked about Hogrimson left because of the game against Canada. He lost that game. And expect us, as reasonable person, to digest that and agree with it. And the moron Maverick, the one who like call people waste man and crack it the game smart. Well, I may not be smart, Maverick, but I sure don't have your brain when it comes to certain things, or your gullibility when it comes to certain things. It's ludicrous. Now, the fact of the matter is, people, I can't divulge some things that I've been told about certain things. I was told in confidence. But let's just say sometimes things are not always what they seem to be, or sometimes they are what they seem to be. And conflict of interest, theoretically, is if you have the roles that Speed has. You don't have to execute on the roles. There's the appearance component of it, and there's the ability to do something because you have those roles. And if people do things in their individual personal interest, more than likely or not, you're going to execute on it. You don't have to make something, you don't have to do something happen for you to then say, it happened, so therefore you do it. And the person who called in, this expert, Craig from Houston, who had the audacity to criticize me on Maverick program. And every time I hear him talk, I just smile. Because this person believes he's a learned person who believes that Cranky ain't got no sense. As Maverick likes to say, Cranky think him smart. When I hear you people think, no wonder people want to think me smart. Because I know you know how to talk. I know what I talk about. Now, you know what I'm going to do? And I've done it before. I did write a paper on conflicts. I have presented at in public forums on conflicts. And maybe if I can find my paper I wrote, I'm going to bring it back again and walk through conflicts like I've did before. And Craig from Houston, maybe you can come to class because you have no goddamn idea what we're talking about. You have not studied no conflicts. Stop lying to people then. But you study conflicts. Stop trying to sound smart. You're not smart. As Mark Garrett said, you think you're smart, but you're not smart. Jesus, Lord, you have studied conflict and you don't understand how the concept works and what it means and how you should mitigate it. Doesn't mean you can eliminate conflicts, people. You Rudolph always come on and say, and this Rudolph always said this. He said FIFA come and see in the conflicts and FIFA sign off on it. No, it's not what FIFA did. FIFA expect the president of the JFF to do something about the conflict, even if they see the conflict. They not do it. So when this whole concept idea come in that FIFA saw it and signed off on it because we have this conflict register, you signing a register doesn't mean anything. In most conflict situation, people, you have mitigants. That means things that reduce the conflict. You have people, you have a conflicts register where you record the conflict them. You have the owner for the conflict, who owns that conflict. You have mitigants you put in place. That means things you need to do to make sure those conflicts, if they're in place, because in life, conflicts are inherent, to reduce the conflict. And these people talk about conflict as if they're the czars of conflict, like Maverick and Craig Houston, don't know what they're talking about. Me here, the dread from KLS have talked about it. They don't understand conflict. They haven't spent time going to learn. You don't tell them for the people. I don't know nothing. Maybe you can go on some AI and go learn about conflict and how it works and you mitigate it. And maybe it'll give you some ideas. Because you guys don't know what you're talking about. You don't.
And him can't get Richard King 19.
1 year I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go.
Well,
no, Richard King wasn't in the team because Hagimson didn't think Richard was good enough. Tell the man I'm not a Rudolph, man. Hagimson didn't think he was good enough. Say no play him. And you couldn't convince Agramson. But Agramson probably left. He couldn't take the pressure.
Well, yeah, he's just one of them things that was like a mystery to me that Richard King long before.
No, go, sir.
You know, I thought should have been in the team. And but then I wonder if according to them, you had the influence why Richard King was out around.
Yeah, and the truth is, I've no coach could ever say I've ever asked him to pick a player. I've never done it. I never will.
All right, leave it there, so quick.
All right, man, give somebody else a place. Yeah, man, cool. Blessings.
I have one quick one for you. People been asking about this player. Why Ravel Morrison can't get down midfield? The real skill and creativity.
This digital calendar, lightening my mental load, makes it worth every penny. I wasn't fully convinced the Skylight calendar would be.
So what happened is that it's just a coach's preference. We did scout him numerous times. We went and scout him, look at we send people to scout him. I have the reports on my computer now. What his talents are, what he can do, what his weaknesses are, strength and weakness and all of that. And it's just a coach's preference.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to me.
So sometimes me or something me get upset on people. Rudolph said them same people go scout Ravel. So can you guys explain to me where Ravel was playing for them to go scout Ravel? Ravel was playing in the Middle East. Them send people at Middle East go scout Ravel? Really? How are the people? You see, when you follow the football really closely, like are your pillar, and you know XYZ, Rudolph said, if you tell me saying look on White Scout, I mean you have a Ravel game on White Scout. But then go scout Ravel. Say it's coach's choice, they don't want to pick him. But don't come tell the people that Rudolph say no go scout him. Scout him where? When go scout him? You said they're gonna send people go scout him. When you go scout somebody, people, you go sing and watch the person play, you know. You go watch them in a training, you go watch them in a game, you go watch them, you know, you're not watch a TV camera them, you're watching the player, how they're moving, their positioning, them fitness, how them relate to them teammate. Where them have time to go scout Ravel? And Maverick kind of know nothing, but nothing, he no press the question.
5 years ago. You see them time they made up on top of the game.
Yeah, man.
We may got give some advice. You see them two qualifiers there?
Yeah.
You know what will be the key? Whether you get past the first one and get past the second one. And your team selection, you know.
I agree.
And who you put on the field, you know, and where you put them, you know. It sounds simple, don't?
Yeah.
Me think that's a big part of why we never get through in the qualifiers. Them coaches never put the right people in the right place on the football field to be most effective they can be. I mean, just think in these two games where you have now, I don't know what the process is like, how meticulous you are when you go through and think and make a decision. If analytics, you depend on for it. But me just think that intuition about where you watch it, you follow the EPL?
Yes.
You saw you're aware the situation with Manchester United and Carrick come in.
Yes.
How the team look like, a different team now. And the same team, you know. You know what Carrick do? Carrick go around and just put the man in them natural position. Obviously, me think this is a part of it. Me think he motivate them.
No. What you just say is so key. Because if a man is seen a situation 1 million times, he must likely to do better in that situation than a man who you put out there.
We have play World Cup qualifier and have some man a play on the field and the first man a play. That was madness in my boss. And me just think that is going to be key. So if you can take one piece of my advice, when you qualify and you come back and celebrate.
I did reach there already, you know, but you reinforce it for me now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah? You thought you
reach there already, man, but you reinforce it. And it's true.
It's simplicity, man. The easiest thing. And why we bring it up is because we got it so awfully wrong in the final round where we failed to qualify.
I just know we keep on.
We keep been doing it. Yeah, it's so key because
it's not the first coach that
it is so easy it's much easier for coach players tactically in a position to get them to execute when they're in them comfort zone in terms of where them play.
With everybody.
With absolutely everybody. All right. We don't know if we are joining here to this program now. We don't know if you want how much assurance you want to get the listening public out there. If any.
You play music.
So I just got a text from somebody saying nobody contacted Ravel Club or checked Ravel, so I don't know what Rudolph talking about. I just got this from good source, by the way.
Music Panache, yeah? Just play the Bob Marley, don't worry about that thing.
You hear that, people? You can't want it better than that. You can't want it better than that, man. You have another call? All right, we have another call. We have a couple more minutes. So morning.
Blessings, Jersey, blessings, Speed.
Yes, sir.
Most honorable. Hey, at Liverpool, listener. Campbell from Liverpool.
Yes, my boy.
Yeah, man. We're glad we get to talk to the man in charge.
Yes, sir.
There's a couple of questions. Sorry, Oral. Sorry, Trace. And I your time today.
No, my time today.
Yeah, man. So, Mr. Speed, yes, Chief. I want to ask you a question because my problem with when I realized our last set of performance was more so the attacking end. I may I speak more to the technical aspect side. Why is it that when I watch a certain international, not even some schoolboy football, when a man reach on top of each of the 18 yards or on top of the 6 yards, why I see them lace the ball and try to kick it and go instead of go for placement and everything there? A lot of mischances, I believe, happen because of technical poorness in terms of when to kick a shot or how to kick a shot. You know? And also, me and man talk about even the same basics or expect pro levels for the passing look like some less than school, but like some coach level passing. Them thing, I want if you focus on them, if you zoom in on them thing, you observe and strike, and if you know when to rifle the ball or when to go for a placement or when to, you get me? Also be technical in terms of what to look on them.
You know that strikers are born, not made. So it's a really distinctive part of the game. How to score goals. That is why anybody who can score goals is always rich. You notice that? it's a part of the game where.
And Nicholas out of this first game.
Yeah.
Red card out, right?
Yeah. So I saw him get the red card, but
I was not aware of this until recently.
I saw it, but
and those cards that I carry. John Russell out as well.
Yeah, and Freer is out for the first.
And Freer as well.
So we have 3 problems.
All right, Liverpool boss. It's
big up.
Close to the wire.
Yeah, man, big up.
Yeah, man, respect.
Somebody said ask about the Brentford left back. What's his name again?
Rico Henry.
Oh,
he's flying.
Playing some good games out. I saw him against Arsenal the other day.
Monster.
So we assume he'll be one of the integral pieces. One of the integral pieces.
You need to keep it up, yes.
You need to keep it up. Well, he's putting his hand up right now.
Yes. Monster.
Any inclination as to anything earth-shattering in terms of selection where you're going to?
We still have a couple of players that we're looking at that didn't play for us before. Yeah. So and some of them more positive now, but I couldn't say.
I would take my mind off of Mason Greenwood, right?
I wouldn't take my mind off of him neither, but you know,
not for this. Not for this
a bit more positive, but I wouldn't take my mind off.
All right. Any final words?
I'm just saying.
I'm going to talk to you again since.
All right. So that was the interview. That was the interview between Rudolph and Maverick. Maverick had access to him. Good interview. Good discussion. I wouldn't say, the questions were fair questions. They may be asked in a very colloquial way to make him feel at ease, and they're friends, it appears. So I'm not going to criticize too much in terms of that. Some of the answers were really interesting, actually. And something Rudolph is too smart for his own good. But I thought overall it was a good interview. Over an hour? A lot that they talked about. Overall, cover most of the spaces. And I probably would have asked some of those same questions. I have other questions I would love to ask. And some about the previous decision-making process. Not as colloquial, not as friendly, not as jovial, because that is not a joke thing. When you feel to qualify a World Cup, we're a soup thing. And no, I don't think he might take advice to Dexter. Rudolph just make him feel good. Because I do think Rudolph hasn't done the best job of preparing for these 2 games from a more logistical standpoint. Because you only get a couple, as he said, people are playing the day before them supposed to come in at the window, So them probably come, them not playing no football, people. If you played 2 days before, or day before, you're not playing no football for your first game, You can't touch a ball, You still do something to walk through. You try to recover fitness-wise. You travel how much miles from Europe. You reach, I got Mexico and some height. You can't play no football. So I can do have a discussion. So that discussion needs to be held way in advance with the players, them. Especially the people like Rico Henry who know say in a team. You gotta have those conversations with those players. You gotta build up a camaraderie, an association, so you can talk to them. This notion, but me not talk to no player because we had some player we committed to way back before, blah, blah, blah. Them think they're nonsense, people. They're nonsense. Every player who Arteta recruits, you hear Arteta go to talk to them and them. And when Califury same talk to you about a mom and dad and baby and thing, he does all his research about the player first, but the player feel comfortable. They feel like they're at home. They feel like they're one of the team already, even before he recruits them. He does his homework. When Emery went at Arsenal, or when Pochettino went to the US, they knew all the players, all their tendencies. You have to go know the players. You have to talk. Part of the conversation is talking to them. This whole notion I'm going to be standoff like I was before doesn't work. It's like you're doing it after the fact. But anyway, it's his philosophy. It's the way he wants to do it. Let's hope it works because it's a huge task. The task is monumental already, and it's exacerbated. It's worsened by the fact that you're playing a better team than your team in general. Right? You're playing a better team than your team. Now, some of the players he's talking about, I'm aware of those players too. Let's see if they come in. There's about a few players. One, Keenan Davis, we've been talked about. Keenan now come. Keenan got injured. I don't think Max Aarons is coming either. But the kid Brooks and a couple more may be coming. I noticed that Rudolph is coy about Mason Greenwood. Should be interesting. They could get Mason over the line, but we'll see what happens. But look, Rudolph speaks well. He's not always transparent. He's not always saying facts as they should be. Because when you say certain things, you have to say, Rudolph, stop the nonsense, man. We're not idiot. Not try to run wrong way. Yeah, speed. Well, I think in Jamaica, the problem is that we have the haves and the haves not enough. We have those who have resources and those in certain positions, and they function accordingly, and they're big fish in a small pond. So when they engage, they expect you to operate a certain way. And when they get out of their comfort zone in certain environment, they're challenged to understand that they have to better navigate that environment. They have to adapt, and they don't. I don't think his papers will be good, Sanjay. I don't think his papers is a problem. Papers are a problem. Some people, it's about the papers. If you don't get the papers, them no matter. And I don't think the JFF has the level of relationship it needs to. You speak talk about Trelawney or Sligoville and them want it and XYZ and can't get it. But we see Babsage Grange with the team, the under 2017 team, she up front and center. So there has to be better influence and better coordination and better engagement between the JFF and the government in power and individuals who are in decision-making roles to make sure they are encouraging the kids and encouraging the football and supporting the football, both monetarily and otherwise, and be part of the strategy for the football progress. Otherwise, we're going to go around a circle. I don't have any with me. Speed will be carried for the Reggae Boyz. So which players are we talking about playing out of position? Well, Gray was played out of position on the right. Tyrese Williams was playing out of position on the right. Maverick believes that Sifa should always play. So they then shouldn't be on the field. Yeah, I don't know, Gary Ho. We'll see what happens. Tiger says Speed thinks he's bigger than the program. That's the problem. Wrong philosophy can't improve that way. Yeah, I don't know if he thinks he's bigger than the program, but I do believe that Rudolph have a sense of he know who he is and he know his role in Jamaica. But I think sometimes he hasn't adapted to that. Jamaica is small, and therefore, when I'm on a global stage, it may require something up and above what's required in Jamaica. All right. Well, look, I don't know what New Caledonia. I'm sure New Caledonia is recruiting. It's interesting when Oral was talking to Rudolph. And Rudolph has come a long way when it relates to diaspora players, you know. Because this wasn't the same Rudolph I know who was talking about that a while back. So Rudolph has come out publicly and talk about diaspora players as if, I guess maybe Rudolph is talking like a coach of a national team versus a parochial JFF board member, which is refreshing to see, actually. That Rudolph is actually coming and saying he is agnostic as it relates to where the player was born. It's about the player's ability and the player be able to fit into what he requires as a coach. It's refreshing to hear that. And hopefully he operates the way he's communicating. Hopefully it's not a facade. Hopefully he's operating that way. Because it's very, very important for him to give himself the best chance to win by picking what he deems to be the best team, and not be influenced by people like Maverick, who believe you need to have a balanced team versus having the best team. Right? Even though I hear him say that maybe we should have Lowe and King, and Rudolph seemed to forget that the coach changed it because King wasn't playing any football. King wasn't playing any football. King played against Trinidad night first game with King. Was it that Pinnock wasn't here or something? And then Lowe wasn't playing any football. So, but you say part of your criteria is selection. That Rudolph is saying that when you select players, the players have to be playing football. Then how you want, or you have that selection criteria, and then you want the other coach who may be utilizing some aspects of that too. So that don't make no sense. No, we don't expect Pinnock not get selected. No, sir. Pinnock get selected. Pinnock get selected. But if that the criteria I use, if he's not so let me just say this to you, Leon Griffiths. If he doesn't select Pinnock, who's training with Premier League players, and if he stick to that criteria, then Cephas not get no game, then Dixon not get no game, then Nicholson not get no game, then nothing sure Whisper get no game. Whisper get look of minutes here and there for Leicester, and it seems to get more game time in the next few weeks. So I'd love to see how that works. Now Lowe is playing in the brilliant league of Thailand. I wonder how that, and so we hear in Taiwanese our Thailand league. So we can't criticize Ravel no more. I play in the Middle East some money. Although I play Thailand, I can't because of footballing reason. Right? So we have to be fair in the criteria we're using for selection. Should be really interesting who Rudolph said, I have 30-something people, or Indonesia, not Thailand. Okay, I stand corrected. I just confuse those countries, like them I see them. Sorry, Indonesia. It's such a wonderful league. I've watched it a lot, every single weekend. Anyway, yeah, Pinnock playing in the cup games, actually. He playing the cup games. He not play regularly. So Rudolph says you have to play 7 out of 14 games. I'm saying, or something around there. Pinnock not going to play 7 out of 14 games. But that's the Premier League. It's a different level. Yeah, but if I was selecting a team, so here's my view. Jamaica should go get the King. So if you want to play King, you want to play King. Freckleton, who is better than King, by the way, plays beside King for St. Mirren. Because St. Mirren play a back three. And Freckleton also score goals and assists. He normally play centre half. So if Jamaica and the Scottish League is not like where Congo people not play no Scottish League, they play higher league. But if you want to get a centre half, then you get Freckleton. I think he's in the mix. He may be part of the group that's coming in. But Freckleton and King play together, so he can play two of them together. Play Freckleton and King as centre back. Play Rico or left back. And we figure out the right back. Get another right back. And then you have in the middle, you have Hayden and 2 more people. I mean, I know yet. Put Hayden and Ravel in there. And find somebody else. Maybe if we can get the kid from Sheffield. And then up front, you gotta figure that out. Because the man up front, we have no non-fire. God name stick. Oh, Coventry won today. I didn't watch the game. Bless. And Lati starts. Lati play right back. Lati play right back for me. Lati play right back. Lati our best defender. I don't care who they play defense. Whether King or King or Pinnock. How did Lati play Nitro? I'm curious. Because me know Lati can play anywhere across the back line and he can play the midfield if you want him, even though not in best position. But Lati a big time player, man. Lati a big time. To me, say Lati a Jamaica best defender. Very good. It's a fair food. Very good. Now, Lati a big time defender, man. Big time defender. Lati will play. Maybe play Lati. Me think he should at Jamaica. You know me that though? You probably go 3-4-3. But I play Lati, King, and Freckleton as centre back. Play Rico Henry. Can play in at left wing back. Come up with a wing right back. And then you play he and somebody in the middle and you play 3 forward. I play 3-4-3. I play 3-4-3. Play Lati in a back 3. You see Lati play back 3 against USA. I'm going to tell you, best things in sliced bread, man. I tell you, best things in sliced bread. Play against US. When we play US, when we lose to US span the Burke full goal, Bistate goal, and lose no overtime, best player. I watch me sitting beside the same side Lati the pan. Kid can play, man. Can play defense well good. So Lati and Freckleton and King probably in back. And you play a 3-4-3. Okay, you have to go defend nothing in your game there. No, man, Lati a quality, man. Lati's been injured. Remember, Lati this year injured a lot, you know. And I said, Lati, when he play centre back for England under something and win the World Cup, I said the back him playing. Lati a big player, man. I always say Lati a Jamaica best defender. Without a doubt. Then could look a bit sharp for centre back for me, but Lati can play right back too. Lati can play anyway. Lati will play. I hope Rudolph I watch Lati. Because I know they must start King. And Lati no free putting a foot either. Lati slow. You can play right back, man. You're not too quick. If you can position well. We're not gonna overlap now anyway. Stop over at Lati. All right. I hear you, Dandara. Because you don't see him play defense, Dandara. You only see him play midfield. I'm not a midfielder. Me see him play defense more than one time. So I don't know what you're talking about. Someone who just watch a football topical and I watch a football in depthly. I read them and I play the football. Lati's not a midfielder, I'm a defender. But anyway, you know, honor me over King. King is a decent footballer. King is not Lati. But anyway, people, let me close on the program by saying this. An interesting interview. Somebody said 4-4-2. You can't play anything. You can play a 4-4-2. You can play a 3-4-3. 3-4-3 is more defensive. You won't need to defend against Congo. Especially protect yourself against people like Wissa, who quick. You need feet, sure up the middle of the park. If you have 4 players in there. Marino slow down Lati, but Gunner's best player. Yeah, but Marino is not a defender. People have a right idea to say if you play right back, you have to have some speed. But Lati positionally is always very sound. I'm physical. So who knows? Anyway, people, we've been on for about 3+ hours. I appreciate you being here. It's been interesting coming back online. I've been online for a little while, offline. I'm having a show. I probably have another show this week. I'm having a show next week. Monday, I'm going to talk about real estate. Don't know what area of real estate I'm going to talk about, but I have a friend of mine who runs a brokerage firm, and she's going to come with me here to talk real estate. So if you're interested in buying a home, you're interested in investing in real estate, we're going to talk about something in that realm. And if you know you're a youngster, you haven't even got no money to buy nothing, come listen. You may learn something. All right. So I may come back on later this week and talk about another topic. I haven't decided yet. I have some people who have left the earth who I have to go MC some event this week. Not a good thing. Talk about the person a while ago who passed away suddenly. Then I heard about somebody that's passed away suddenly. When you get older than people just start drop around, you know. Not a good thing. So if you enjoy your life, do your best for you. Enjoy your life and spend your time with your family. All right? But anyway, people, have a good night. Thanks for being here. And I will see you soon. Very, very soon. Peace out. Frankie Life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Frankie Life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Frankie Life, tell them. Frankie Life, heed them. Frankie Life, want them. Cranky Life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Cranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Cranky Life, tell them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky live. Cranky live where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Cranky live. Get to know the name because cranky analysis is never lame. Cranky live. Give me my cranky life. I want my cranky life. Must have my cranky life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know cranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of cranky life. Tell them, cranky life. Heed them, cranky life. Want them, cranky life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Cranky Live. Tune into Cranky Live. Like up Cranky Live. Subscribe to Cranky Live. Cranky Live coming to you on weekdays. Cranky Live sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Cranky will always bring the heat. Cranky Live. Me say fi tell them Cranky Live. Me say fi heed them Cranky Live. On them Cranky Live. Cranky Live will be around. Cranky Live is the best in town. Me say fi heed them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them. Want them, heed them, want them. Cranky Live. Cranky Live. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Cranky Live. Cranky Live. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Cranky Live. Cranky Live. Cranky. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed. Want. Heed. Want. Heed them.